Pill Phone Tap, episode number 29. And we have a very, very exciting show for you tonight. That's why the music's extra loud. We only have 2 segments because the 2 segments are that good. I'm pretty hyped about tonight, Anthony. Let's jump right into the fun, man. Oh no, that beat though makes me hype every time.
It should.
Let's jump right into fun tonight because we got an action-packed show. Let me preview our last segment first because it's going to interest a lot of you. Tonight, Anthony is going to give you all of his tips, all of his tricks, all of his favorites, all of his unfavorites when it comes to dating apps. You guys been chomping at the bit for this because some of y'all act beta as fuck and only use dating apps. You can't fucking cold approach. We don't even like talking about dating apps because you guys rely on these fucking things far too heavily. But COVID-19 has changed shit, hasn't it, Anthony?
Yeah, also, you said that they depend on it too much, and they're using COVID-19 to stay on the apps alone.
Oh, yeah, they're going to use whatever they can to just stay on these apps where rejection doesn't feel as bad.
There's you said cold approach, and I have this thing about cold approaches where I don't think things are cold approaches, but cold approaches to me is for that guy that is afraid of rejection. They can't handle rejection. He needs to go and practice getting rejected. I think that's what cold approaches is built for. It's not built for success because it's really in the numbers, right? There's probably it's a very small number of cold approach successes.
Right.
So, to me, I think approaches are more warm approaches that lead to success, that lead to something beyond just a phone number, right? Because anybody can get a phone number, right?
Yeah.
And then the date, that still could be flaky, depending on who she is, right?
Right.
And who you are, and if you know what you're doing when it comes to setting dates.
Yeah.
But we're not going over basics tonight. We're very specific tonight about what we're going to discuss. We may go sidebar if we run into excellent questions in the chat. But definitely, man, we're going to hit every aspect, corner, and opinion we have about dating apps and what's the best way to navigate.
Anthony brought
2020.
a lot of material too.
Man,
I'm excited about this because Anthony and I worked on this during the week, and I was like, "You're using these dating apps.
Yeah,
I want to see what is your rating on these dating apps? What are your to-dos on dating apps and your not to-dos? What dating apps do you love? Which ones do you hate?
Yeah,
all that good stuff." But first tonight, and that's going to be our last segment. Tonight, we're only going to have 2 segments, guys, because we want to go into a lot of detail on these. The first segment, though, guys, is going to be one that's near and dear to everybody's heart, too. And we're going to talk about getting over your ex, why you can't get over your ex, why this is your Achilles heel, etc., when it comes to your ex. There's a lot to unpack here. Anthony, as we jump into this first segment, when we talk about your exes,
yeah,
the way I want to start this is I want to be very, very specific about who your ex is. If your ex, and most of the time we're dealing with an ex that broke up with you, okay?
yeah.
Yeah, we're dealing with an ex that broke up with you. That's why you can't get over her. It's a lot easier to get over someone you dumped because you didn't want that fucking bitch.
Yeah.
It was your decision to leave. But it wasn't your decision. She wanted to break up with you, and she's kind of either come back around or she's She wants to see what happens. Maybe take them baby steps or any other fuckery that they're fucking saying. The bottom line is, guys, you guys are not together. The first thing you have to do is realize who she is. She is a chick that's now in your rotation. Okay? You guys had a relationship in the past, but you do not give credit, nor do you get credit for past relationships. She's just another bitch in your rotation now.
Do you put a ex in your rotation right away? I wouldn't.
It depends. For someone like me, no. But for someone like you, you're all about you're all about hey, fuck your exes. You're all about that.
I don't mind that at all because she can be part, but again, depends on who you are as a person and can you take being involved emotionally or sexually with an ex. That's you have to be honest with yourself about that. Some guys and even some women think that sex is a entrance into back a relationship. Like, well, I have access back to you because I've had sex with you again, so I can get back into a relationship with you again. That's not the same, especially with an ex.
No,
especially with an ex. Sex is just sex, especially with an ex, and you can't put any labels on top of it other than what it. This is the first time I think you can actually see things at face value, because when an ex, they can always revert to hey, this is just us having fun, catching back up,
and that's not what it is for them. It never is. It's always, oh my God, the single world's scary. I need some validation, and I know this guy that I dumped still wants me, so I get all kind of free validation.
Well, it's a validation check, right?
Right.
Also, too, with an ex, she can see you moving on, and she's turned on by your
other just want you, your sexual mark of that.
You got all them pheromones surrounding you, and you have, in her mind, forgotten about her, right? And she wants to be on the same level as especially if your next chick is hotter than her. Oh, bruh. Yeah, she wants validation that she's still on that level.
Yeah.
Right? So she's testing her own sexual market value with your current chick, right? So definitely be aware of your ex when it comes to coming back, sniffing around, wanting to see what's going on with you. Don't get caught up in the hype about, oh, my ex. I get to get, relationship stuff back with her. I get to do relationship shit with her. I don't have to try as hard with her as I am with these newbies. Nope. That's probably why you lost her.
Yeah.
In the beginning. So
that was why I wanted to start when we talk about exes. Now, you know that I have a rule that I don't sleep with exes. And twofold. So I've only been dumped once in my life. But I know you're going to go into some of that tonight, because that was the ex that was tough for me to get over. And we'll talk about psychology of that. But guys, twofold. Whether you broke up with them or whether, I'm sorry, this is a rule for myself. Whether I broke up with them or they broke up with me, I don't sleep with them because of two different reasons here. The one that broke up with me, I'm afraid that I'm emotionally attached to them, and I know that this person has the potential more than anybody else in my rotation, and this is the reason I brought up that they are in your rotation, is because this person has the potential to fuck your rotation up. She will fucking guilt and shame you for dating other bitches. She will, even though she broke up with you and you're not together, she'll be like, well, I thought we were working on things. And then you're like, oh, my bad. And because you're so attached to this fucking dumb bitch, you're so attached to her, you're fucking your whole rotation up with these other women. Unbeknownst to her, the reason that she's become reattracted is she's sniffing around going, what the fuck? This motherfucker is starting to move on. I can't have that.
Well, and it's not that she wants you, right? And I think that's what guys get lost at, where they see her sniffing around, asking questions, and inquiring about your current dating status, and they're not worried about if it can get you back, because in their mind, they always can, right?
Yeah.
Especially when they broke up with you, they feel like they can get you back anytime they want because you was too weak, and all they had to do was like give you some attention, and you'll be right back where you started when they broke up with you in the beginning. Because women don't break up with strong men. Let's just be clear about that.
Right. They will do shit to force the guy to break up with them if they don't want to be in it.
Right.
But no, you're right. They do not break up with strong men. But I want to tell you the reason that I don't sleep with my exes that I broke up with too, Anthony. Here's why. It's hard as fuck to get out of these goddamn relationships. These bitches keep pulling you back, and they keep pulling you back, and they keep, oh, please, I'll change, just please come back, oh my God, please. Dude, the reason I don't sleep with my exes that I broke up with is because I'm like, I'm fucking out, I'm free. Oh my God. Whew, I'm out. I'm afraid of getting sucked back in by that fucking vagina. There was a reason I got with her in the first place.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There was some quality I liked, and when you're only fucking her, then it's like, man, maybe I kind of missed this. No, oh, goddamn it. You're out. You're good. You're free. You're clear. Don't break yourself back in prison. God damn it. Don't break yourself back into prison. Please don't do it. Jesus, that was a delayed laugh from our studio audience. Come on,
Get with
man.
it. Catch up.
Catch up, everybody. We're doing this in about exes because we start to see when guys come to the red pill, it's typically because of something like this.
Right.
Somebody broke up with them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we see that they can catch on to a lot of shit really, really quickly. But this is the one thing, like, they're just hung up on the fucking ex.
Especially when it's fresh, right? When it's like a month away.
Yeah.
You know, maybe even 3 months out where, she's still top of mind. Where they're still comparing her to other chicks. Even if they're dating other women, they're still comparing, she's not doing exactly the way my ex Kimberly did, and it's like you're giving her so much headspace, you can't even allow yourself to get, any room to move forward and for yourself. Anytime you got somebody else inside your head, you're not thinking for yourself. You're still thinking for that person. So I challenge you to kind of that's why we always say, do other shit. Be on your purpose. Go outside of her, because once you can put your head in other spaces, you tend to do what? I remember when you used to ask me questions about my ex-wife, you was like, man, I don't know how you did it. If I was you, I'd be curling up in the corner, crying my eyes out.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, man, I just put my head into my work, man. That's all I had to do. Instead of putting my energy into her, I put it into my job. And I didn't know anything else to do because I wasn't ready to date other women. So I put all my energy into work. Well, so that's what I did. So I know athletes, they do it into weight training or, getting fit or whatever expertise that they're into. But that's the best way to do it, don't, because when you're home alone, I would work, even when I was home alone, right, I would work on my computer until I just got exhausted, where I was just having just enough energy to just close the laptop, take a shower, and then jump in the bed. I just worked until I was exhausted, right?
Yeah.
And most people they'll work out all day until they don't have time to think. They're too tired to think. So, I wanted to ask you a question, man.
Yeah, I mean, and to set this up for our listeners, we were talking about the second segment earlier this week, and we were like, because Anthony, the second segment is all about dating apps, and so it was kind of like, hey man, I want to interview you. You're still out here on these streets dating. you've been dating during COVID-19. I called you the other day, and you were having what you like to call a tryout. Some girl was, you were not going to give her the gate code to your complex. You were going to walk out and let her in your complex. So I was like, man, I want to hear about dating apps. And then you kind of came up halfway through the week, and you were like, hey, but I want to talk to you about these guys that get stuck on their exes. You were really stuck on your most recent ex, and you couldn't. Your relationship before that, you just could not. You could not leave the bitch, you know. So I kind of want to interview you on this shit, Wesley. And I was like, yeah, man, that sounds like kind of a cool idea for an episode for us. That ought to be pretty good. So I know Anthony has some questions that he put together, kind of talking to me about my most recent ex. And but I'm here to tell you, segment 2, where I ask Anthony these questions about dating apps. I know that I keep teasing. I'm sorry to torture you guys, but I'm excited about the second segment. But Anthony, get into it. What were kind of some of the things that you wanted to know from me talking about my recent ex?
Well, I want to kind of start where, before the red pill, how did your breakouts normally play out?
That's a good question. So what normally happened with my breakups was I had a chick that friend zoned me in high school for 3 years. So I was already, before I even got to the red pill, I already knew how to stay out of friend zone. Even bitches that I genuinely were friends with, even bitches I was genuinely friends with, I even would kind of let them know, but I want to fuck you, right? Like, and I wouldn't say it like that, but I would put that vibe out there, like, we're friends, but we're kind of not, just because I was allergic to friend zone. So out of high school, I was, I went through a couple of breakups where bitches dumped me, but they weren't really serious relationships. I guess they were. I guess my high school sweetheart was it would come down to me doing the typical shit men get broken up for. They become weak, clingy, and needy. And Jesus, what's wrong with my throat? I become weak and needy and clingy, and they're like, they pull the rug out from under me. I don't know what's going on, and I get all miserable, and I start listening to sad R&B music and shit.
Oh man,
I start listening to fucking Jodeci, "Cry for You."
The 90s was the worst.
Yeah, but that was like back in high school and shit. But after that, man, I avoided getting dumped for the rest of my life until my most recent ex. The way that it looked like, all those relationships, was bitch was acting up, or I was young and I wanted to fuck other bitches. And guys, anyone listening to this podcast, do not feel guilty that the chick you're with, you just don't want to fuck her anymore. Feel a little bit guilty if you have children, because you should have thought of that before you had kids. But at the end of the day, you're not a computer, guys. You can't just get data and be like, well, I shouldn't cheat on bitches. But then you can't fight your physical desires. So, Anthony, I'd want to fuck other bitches, and I would go through this long process of figuring out how to break up with this bitch. And it would be like a fucking year process.
Wow.
It would be like, oh, fuck, I've got an apartment with this bitch. We fucking have credit cards together. Fuck. What do I do? What do? I got to figure out. And then and the whole time, I'd be meeting bitches that I want to fucking get with. And they would be flirting back. And I'd be like, fuck, I can't do anything. I'm stuck. This bitch has me trapped. Has me trapped, man. And I would just like spend the whole next year. You remember the girl in Austin?
Yeah.
Where I would talk to you all the time. And you're like, motherfucker, pull the trigger. Leave.
Right.
Figure out a plan how to leave. Okay, you got bills together. Write them down on paper, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And fucking figure out a strategy to leave. God damn it. Like, fuck. Like, you would get so frustrated with me.
What was your clinging part? Because all guys have a reason why they won't leave her. Because they give themselves excuses to the reason that I shouldn't leave. So, what is it that really tied you to her? Was it bills? Was you had obligations to her contractually with a mortgage or something like that, or was it more than that?
Well, it was, it's never one thing, right?
Right.
But so it was a lot of that. It was just hard to get separate, right?
So you were doing marriage shit with a chick you was just...
Yes. And one of the past relationships I'm talking about, I was married into a Mexican family. So I'm putting all that in there together. That was a relationship too, my marriage. And there were like these things where we were intertwined together. There was a mortgage and stuff like that.
Okay.
But it would boil down to one thing. It would boil down to when you hear guys drunk in a bar talking about shit, it boils down to this one sentence. I love her, man. I love her. I love her, man. And this is a thing, guys. This is what I really want you to understand, the psychology. The reason men make great sailors and soldiers is because once we care about something or somebody, more importantly, we're loyal as fuck to them. Think about your best friend. Like my best friend right here on this podcast, Anthony, we've known each other, what? I mean, how long has it been?
10 years?
10 years? And there's like never a thought like, fuck Anthony. No. It would be this long fucking... If Anthony just did something, if he did something crazy, like slept with my wife or some shit, those are easy ones, right?
Yeah.
But it's usually never that easy, is it?
No.
Usually it's just over time. I mean...
A lot of little shit.
Yeah, a lot of little shit. And then you have these breakups with friends that kind of have to happen because you've gone this direction, they've gone this direction. But it's just still so hard for men because we are just loyal as fuck. And guys, when we talk about it, and I'm just going to go on a quick sidebar here. Guys, you got to be careful who the fuck you love. Because you get tangled up in the shit that we're talking about right now.
Men and women, both.
Yeah, to friends and to fucking bitches you date.
Yeah.
Once you begin to care about something as a man, it is nearly fucking impossible. It is nearly fucking impossible to get you to fucking off this shit. And by the way, over time, this has been a great adaptation for male humans. This is what makes us great tribe members. This is what makes it where we have scruples and ethics. And this is how we get to the top of the fucking food chain. So that's why you have put all these systems in place that Anthony and I talk about.
Yeah.
So that you don't get attached to fucking bitches that you should not get attached to, And then Anthony, of course, to answer your question a little bit more detailed, that was how most of my breakups look like. And then the most recent breakup and the relationship before my current wife, that was just an out of the blue being dumped as an adult. And that was my first time encountering that.
Okay.
So we can talk about that more if you want
to.
So
I'll say, so you had this, I think Wesley, the first time I met a guy that had never been broken up with until late in his life, where I'm like, shit, what? How the fuck? You had to have sensed breakups before they happened, and you just ended it. Is that normally how they ran out, or
no? You
just got bored real quick while you were in relationships, and were like, she's not doing it for me. I see somebody else I'm interested in. I'm gonna cut her off.
No. Because if I would have been bored, I would have felt guilty about that. Again,
okay.
This is my prior red pill self.
Okay,
I've never come to the red pill to know anything about any of this shit. So these bitches was fucking up really bad, and I was just like, God damn it, I'm gonna have to fucking leave this bitch. Fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I said, that's why it would take like a year. You remember my ex-wife? She just like walked out on her job, fucked up all of our finances because she just didn't work. And then she would have fake jobs that she went to. She would pretend like she was going to a job and just leave the house all day and did not have a job. And you know what I'm saying? Like that level of fucking up where I'm like, God damn, bitch, I gotta get the fuck out of here. You fucking, that's insane. Why would you?
Who does that?
Well, let me tell you who does that. Somebody that's so lazy. Yeah, no reason to have it up.
Yeah.
Sorry, we had a technical difficulty there. But it was one of those things where, like, they would just do major fucking up, man. Major fucking up.
That's pretty big. Faking a job to go to. Is it
getting caught talking to an ex-boyfriend? The girl in Austin going out on Halloween, where bitches dress like sluts, right, on Halloween, and we're not on good terms. Bitch goes out on Halloween, never comes home.
Well, you know what happened there.
To this day, that fucking bitch swears up and down. Nothing happened. It's like, you know what? Who cares if nothing happened? What is it? What are the optics? What does that look like?
Right.
You know? But it would be like major fuck-ups like that would cause me to be like, all right, fine. I get the fucking name, man. Yeah. So no.
So you needed something very concrete to break up.
Because they would all do the same thing. They would all start crying and making me feel bad.
Okay. So you was avoiding that, but it would take, okay.
Oh, no. It would be a bunch of trial breakups, and they'd be like, please, don't do this. Please. And I love her, man. You know, so you know I can take away this person's pain. All right, I'll give it a chance. I'll give you another chance.
But our guys struggle with the breakup themselves. You have very different angle where you really were the one initiating these breakups.
Right.
I want to get to the part where these guys struggle at the most, where you wasn't expecting it, or even if you wasn't expecting it to happen when it did, because you thought that things were kind of working themselves out and that we would eventually get back to where we were in love and shit like that.
Yeah.
So let's focus more on that part where.
Well, that would be my most recent breakup.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we talk about, I'm gonna ask you the next question on this then.
And Anthony, that is what brought me to the red pill.
Oh yeah.
Was that breakup?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was there for that. We say, how would you recommend men break up with their women, and why?
Cleanly. It has to be a break off, and then it's over. It's got to be so fucking clean. Like
and like when you say break up and clean and it's over, so you're saying we go cold turkey.
Yep.
We don't take call, text. We don't meet up. None of that.
Nope.
So why is that? Why do you do that?
Because men are so loyal, you're just so susceptible to being pulled back in. That's why. You're so susceptible. And then that process, you can waste, guys, a year of your life. A year of your life doing this shit. And it's because, please, Wesley, give me another chance, please. And you're like, all right, God, I love this bitch. All right, come over here and suck daddy's dick. And, but when you do that over a year and they're doing the same shit and you're realizing, hey, this isn't working. Fellas, you just lost a year of your life. You could have been doing cool shit and not having this bitch stress you out all the time.
You know what, man? You was talking about these trial breakups. I remember with breakups where it either happened to me or it was happening to her, and either one of us would try to come back to the relationship, try to say, look, can we just press the reset button and get back to when we were happy and let's have sex and let's just try something different, right? And I think what happens is, like you were saying, that time span where somebody already made a decision that this was it. They had enough. They didn't want to go the next day dealing with that person, right?
Yeah.
They were okay letting it go, but the other person wouldn't allow it, and that person never got to actually see if that person was even more valuable than the person who they said, you know what, I had enough, I'm done, I'm moving forward. So they never had no time or space to go forward and feel what it's like to be without that person. And now now they feel like they're dragging you along, right?
And spoiler alert, this is why I recommend guys go out and date right away. You just said spending time away from that person. I would say spoiler alert, and spending time with other bitches, new bitches,
Yeah.
you will see that spending time with new bitches, this shit's fucking fun. Hanging out with your old chick is like, there's no fun anymore. It's just not even fucking fun. You're just like, well, but I love her, man. I fucking love her, man.
So, so this is the thing. Remember how we talked about in other episodes how we give women credit for past actions or relationship status, and women don't give us that same credit moving forward because women deal with in the moment. Their mindset is in the moment. Today, I don't love you. Today, I want to break up with you and move past what we got going on right now, and I don't want to include you in it. So, what is it about us that we give them credit? You said it was loyalty, but is it something deeper than that?
Yeah, I mean, it's instinctive. This is how our species got to the top of the food chain. When we had tribes that lived in trees and caves and shit like that, it was very, very advantageous for men to be loyal. It was not advantageous for women to be loyal.
Okay.
If another tribe, a neighboring tribe, came and took shit over, women could survive. They'd be like, well, we can take these women, we can use them as fuck slaves, or they can form a daycare and take care of our kids. Or,
say daycare.
like, I mean, women were when a tribe took you over, women were useful. Men were only useful if you had labor camps. No.
Yeah.
Women were useful, though. Women could even join the tribe, but they couldn't be loyal to the old tribe.
No.
So, guys, it's not that women are evil. This is a survival instinct. I know a lot of you guys are new to the red pill and you're red pill raging and shit like that. There's no reason to red pill rage, guys. What were we talking about on this podcast a while back? If you had a pet rattlesnake and you fed it since it was a baby and you were like, man, you've had the rattlesnake for fucking 7 years. You know what? I want to reach down and pet that rattlesnake. And then it bites you. Don't be mad, bro. No matter how well you took care of it, it's still a fucking rattlesnake.
Yeah. It's
Still a rattlesnake, man.
Instinctually, it's in its DNA and nature is still a rattlesnake, and rattlesnakes bite.
Rattlesnakes are not dogs. They don't love you. Even if you love them, they don't love you.
Right.
Hey, do you mind me reading the comment that we kind of base this thread on? I mean, this section?
What comment?
The comment you sent me on how to be a 3% man, Facebook group.
Oh, I sent you. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is kind of I thought that this was a perfect comment. This is by a gentleman named Rich and how to be a 3% man. I won't give his last name. We don't have his permission to use this, so we'll let him remain anonymous. But I think this really captured Anthony. Like the guy that can't get over his ex, but he's getting better and he's learning, you know. And Rich says he's asking for advice in the How to Be a 3% Man group, and he says, so no fucking comment saying read the book because I read it 15 times, referring to Corey Wayne and the book How to Be a 3% Man. Corey Wayne, the author, says read the book 10 to 15 times.
That's a
preemptive strike,
right? and I hate that he wrote that because it's almost a he knows he needs to, even if he's done it, he knows he still doesn't have it, internalized. Mm-hmm. So we talked about that last podcast, by the way.
That you're not walking what you talk.
Yeah.
So he says, no fucking comments saying read the book because I read it 15 plus times. The ex who I really care about is back in the picture, but hot and cold, which is really fucking annoying. My problem for me is, as I explore other options, I feel guilty. We've already hit both these so far, haven't we?
Yeah.
My ex is the one who ended it. So yeah, logically, I feel like I should be saying, fuck her, should have no problem moving on. But I always feel guilty when I do and or even consider doing, and I guess he didn't type that very well, but and or even consider doing things with other women. I'll fill in the blank for him. I almost feel like I'm cheating. I know, weird. Probably because she's back in the picture. If I meet a cool chick, I don't want to screw it up because the ex is back in the picture. Because the ex is back in the picture, and I'm emotionally attached to her. Any advice? So this was a great comment. Yeah,
he's giving her way too much credit for being an ex, and just because she's sniffing around, she don't get relationship status. Just because she's sniffing around, that's crazy, man.
Another thing I want to point out, if Rich is listening to the show, Rich, you're not anonymously feeling guilty on your own. That's an energy that she's putting out to you.
Oh yeah,
just so we're clear, okay? You're not just coming up with this guilt all by yourself. The ex being back in the picture, she's dropping little fucking things to you, like, so I mean, are you seeing anybody?
Right. That comes up a lot.
And then if you answer, I'm not seeing anybody, then she's like, oh, me neither. Whoa. I'm not seeing anybody either. That energy is being given off. Now, let me also tell you, Anthony, because I wanted to make sure to put this in this segment. There's a lot of movies out there, isn't there? There's a lot of movies out there that are like, God damn it. God damn it. I've got 3 dates. I've had 3 dates with Kate Upton in the last 3 weeks. But I'm just a deep guy, man. I just love that one girl, man. I love her, man. I love her. And you're putting yourself in this martyr position. Like, even though I can... And guys, I'm pointing to myself here. I did this. Because you've seen these romantic movies about the guy who's like, just even though Angelina Jolie and I have gone out 4 times this month, I still love my ex, man. It's like you feel like you're getting some sort of points for martyrdom, I guess. And
yeah,
do you know the energy I'm talking about, Anthony?
I'm trying to get there. I have a definitely different mental makeup when it comes to exes, because I do understand that anybody that came to the conclusion that my life is better without you doesn't get credit for coming back to see what I got going on after the fact.
You know what I'm going to hit you with now? What? It was my fault, man. After reading, we hear this a lot, don't we? I can't wait for your take on this.
Okay.
But after reading Corey Rain's book, I realized all the things I did wrong, man. Because remember, you hit me up on text this week. You're like, do you even believe that these relationships are fixable?
Yeah.
Yeah. But after reading this Corey Wayne book, I can do everything right now. Now I can go back and fix this. And what are your thoughts on it, Anthony? This, in my opinion, it's not impossible to fix. But what are your thoughts on this? Because we hear this a lot, right? We hear now I know what I did wrong.
All right. I think Corey Wayne don't let you know the cheese on the trap is your ex.
Right? Yeah.
He doesn't want you to get back with your ex. He knows that if he is able to impute his knowledge into your head, that your ex isn't even worth who you are now, that you've become, that you've evolved to. So playing around with your ex really for you is just messing with your own ego. Like, you have a desire to see. This is what guys do. They get new information, Wesley, and they're like, I can do this with my ex and change this around. I can flip this back where it the puzzle fits, and she's gonna be more attracted to me because I'm now more attractive because I have all this new knowledge. I know what to do now. I know what a shit test is now.
Yo,
I won't fail that again.
Wow, I know what a shit test is now.
So listen, this what happens. You go back into this old relationship that failed, by the way. Keyword: this old relationship failed. to the part where you're no longer seeing each other, and you're saying, let's start over, but let's keep things the same. This is what you're saying when you're dealing with exes. Let's start over, but we're going to keep things the same. We're going to still have our history, but forget about all the negative parts. I'm now different, and now I can now be the man that I should have been when I wasn't. And the lady's going to be like, okay, that sounds good and all, but she got other dudes in her inbox. She got a dude texting her right now as you're talking to her. And you're telling her that things are going to be better and different. And she's like, to keep from outright, crushing your spirits, she hear your excitement. She's like, listen, things are good now. But, if you want to try, I'll put you on a trial basis, maybe.
Yeah. Now,
where no sex is involved, you know what I'm saying? She got you with restrictions. Now you're in a relationship with restrictions. And your dumb ass is ready to get back into it because you're ready to show her all the new techniques you've learned. Instead of dating someone brand new. You know, I used to tell my ex when she used to tell me that she wanted to get back with me. Like, she was like, hey, I learned from my mistakes. I should have did these things. And I heard what you were saying while we were in a relationship. And now I want to kind of like, start over and show you that I can be a better woman to you. And I'm like, cool. How about you do this? Show that new you to your new boo. Because I'm through. You know what I'm saying? I'm through. Shoot, that's how I tell exes that try to get back with me on some let's start over shit. Like, I'm not up for that. Because I understand that you want credit for the past relationship without doing no extra shit.
Yep.
She don't want to jump through no hoops, nothing like that.
Quite the opposite. She wants less hoops,
she
right?
Well, definitely. That's what I'm saying. She don't want to go through no hoops, but this is the thing. Let's say you say this. You was like, hey, you know what? Good. Let's say I say this. Let's say I say, you know what? Cool. If you want to come join me, hey, I'm new too. I've evolved. Things have changed for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to come back over here, since we already have this history, I'm on my AMS shit. You got to suck a whole lot of dick.
Right.
You can't just come back and get free access just because I knew you before. There's a lot of things that got to happen now that's different than because if we're going to go into this thing and we're not going to break up again, I got to see that you down for me.
If we're going to have a different conclusion, we have to do different shit, right?
Already.
Can I go back to something that you said? Because I was smiling when you said Corey Wayne as kind of like getting your ex back, kind of the tease and the trap.
Yeah.
You're so right, because we know Corey Wayne knows that when a chick breaks up with you, you just know more than anything in the world, you just want that bitch back. Yeah. So Corey Wayne puts this cheese on the trap where he's like, all right, I'll help you get your ex back, right? But then the trap comes over you because you learn all this shit. And Corey Wayne even says, what typically happens is these guys learn all this shit and they find a way better chick. Mm-hmm. And that's what it is. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like that movie Taken, where he's given his daughter all these instructions, like, all right, go into the far room. All right, close the door behind you. All right, now I want you to get on the floor, crawl under the bed. Okay, and this next part is really, really important. They're going to take you. That's what Corey Wayne's doing. He's like, all right, do this. Now, to get your ex back, make sure to do this. Then do this. And then make sure to turn, yep. And then you want to, don't text back. Remember, make her bring a bottle of wine over to your house. And then she's got to come to you. All right? Now reach out to her. She's got to reach out to you. And then Corey Wayne goes, now the next part's really important. You're not going to want your ex back. You're not going to want your ex back.
if you want your ex back, right? Because it's something. It seems like something's. It seems like there is something that you didn't understand why it became a breakup. It's typically some questions unanswered, right? In a breakup that you want to keep. Typically, if you know what, we're probably not good for each other. Everything's toxic. We're always arguing. No one's happy. We're not even having sex. What's the point of this relationship?
I love her, man.
No. What's love?
I love her, man.
What's love got to do with it?
Well, men get very attached through love. That's why we always talk about vetting so much. Because Anthony, here's the thing in this segment we can talk about this.
Okay.
When you fall in love with a bitch, you're not 100% at the wheel anymore, and I need you guys to understand that.
Facts.
You're just not. Once you fall in love with a chick, and this is why you have to vet really hardcore the people you allow yourself to get feelings for.
Mm-hmm.
You have to vet them, because once you have feelings for them, it's kind of like you pull the car over, you stop driving, you get in the back seat, she's driving now, and it's up to her to follow your driving directions to a T, right?
Okay.
But then, you tell her to go to Papa's Steakhouse. And she's like, okay, cool. And then you get out of the car and you're at fucking Outback Steakhouse. Hey, bitch, what the fuck? Well, and you're like, okay, well, it's still a steakhouse. I'll let her get away with that. Right? And then next thing you know, you're telling her to drive to the grocery store, and she drives you to the fucking Air Force Base in Colorado Springs. You're like, this doesn't even resemble a grocery store. Yeah, but you kind of gave me control of this car a long time ago, so now I just fucking do what I want.
Basically, yep.
Yeah. And that's why if you're going to hire this bitch to be your chauffeur, it's an analogy. Don't send us your fucking emails about, oh, so that's all women are to you? That's all women are to you? They're just fucking chauffeurs? Is that what you said? No, that's not what we said. Using an analogy, you fucking dumb bitches that are, hopefully, the dumb bitches are listening to this program. Hopefully we're talking to no one. But it's an analogy. When you used to drive the car, now you have a chauffeur. Because here's the thing, Anthony. You're out in public with this chick, and she just decides to go feral and pick a fight and just take her entire plate of food and just throw it at your fucking head. What do? Don't act like a badass motherfuckers listening to this program. What the fuck do you do? You know why you're lost for words right now? Because there is nothing to do. You just chose the wrong fucking bitch. You made mistakes a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker, it is this is why you vet bitches. And now you're in love with a bitch that just fucking throws plates of food in public. It ain't that easy to get out, guys. You're not at the wheel anymore.
You're not at the wheel. It's easy for me.
Well, that's why you have the nickname King Cutoff. That's why you have that nickname.
It's real easy for me.
But for many of us, Anthony, this is where we get stuck.
Yeah.
We didn't vet this bitch. She was good in the bedroom, and she's really physically attractive. And guys, don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty for being attracted to bitches and loving sex. We get it. We're right here with you. We're right here with you. But damn it, man. Before you let yourself fall in love with a bitch, you have to do far more vetting. Anthony, I thought that message that you screenshot and sent me over, that really kind of captured the spirit of this segment, right?
Yeah.
Where he's improving himself and he's learning about all this shit, but as soon as his ex comes back into the picture, he's right back to doing the old shit, that he was doing before, right? That's what we see, right?
And that's what we call kryptonite, fellas.
Good fucking analogy.
When you have someone that can affect you differently, when you're doing the things that you should be doing, and then all of a sudden she comes around and you get how do I say, you can't compute things just don't make sense anymore.
We talked about last week, somebody getting a dog purchased for them, and then, what was it? Was the dog's name Stripe? Getting a dog purchased for them. The ex kept the dog, so it was never really his dog. He didn't even name it. And you had the brilliant fucking quote, Anthony. I'm still tripping out with your quote. You said, naming the dog 70% of dog ownership.
Shit.
But she keeps the dog.
Every time you call the dog or you yell at the dog for doing something, like, that's part of the fucking animal's life. Like, that dog dies with that name, right? Most likely, if it's not a rescue dog, it probably dies with that name. So naming the fucking animal is part of owning that fucking animal, man.
So you shouldn't be surprised whenever there's a breakup and she keeps the dog. But before we broke up, you agreed you'd pay for this dog's vet bills to get neutered and get chipped, even though I'm keeping the dog. You should still pay for this.
Nah,
Bitch, I don't pay for my fucking ex's vet bills. Are you fucking insane?
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
But dude, trying to get your ex back, trying to make her warm up and get happy, boy. Uh-oh. It doesn't make any sense that you find yourself asking, should I do this? Motherfucker, no! You would not do that with any other bitch in your rotation. I love your analogy. That's what these bitches are. Your exes, when it comes to your rotation, because you're not in a relationship.
Nope.
They are rotation kryptonite.
Nope.
You've learned all this shit, but you can't execute it on your ex.
Nope.
Because it was never set up that way to begin with.
Nope.
She wants to go, Anthony, back to regularly scheduled programming.
Exactly.
When you guys get back together.
Yep.
She doesn't want the new you.
No.
The new you is not advantageous for her.
Exactly.
That's what I told this gentleman I was talking to about this. I was like, she didn't like the old you, but she don't like the new you either. She can't get away with the same bullshit she used to get away with.
Because this is a thing. This is why this
doomed to fail, right?
And Coach Corey Wayne said this a lot. He was like, "Look, man, it's possible." He always said it's possible, but it's very difficult to get a woman. Let's think about this. A woman can't, when a woman falls out of tune with you, and it's like, what's going on with your life? She'll see you in a respect as a man that she respects. She don't see a man that she can get with a long haul. So she's like, you know what? There's other men more valuable than this guy that I don't even know, that I'd rather take a chance on than a guy I actually know. For how long, years, months, whatever, y'all been together, she's willing to trade in a new guy, a new car, new model, new everything, for something she already knows and understands, or she thinks she understands, right? So, the thing is this, though, guys. This lady who gave up on you is moving on, and when she comes back to check up on you, I was telling Wesley this before. I say most exes that come back sniffing around couldn't get back what they lost.
Yeah.
So they coming back and say, hey, so, you know, I was thinking about our relationship, and, you know, I kind of miss doing these hangouts we had. I remember when you used to take me out downtown in the skybox and look over the city as the sun was setting, and we would have wine and have great conversation. And it's, you know, I miss that. You know why? Because you were giving her the most. She probably didn't even deserve it, and you gave it to her because just who you are. And then she goes out and she realized that these guys out here ain't giving her that. And now she wants to feel, you know, appreciated. But she's out there trying to, she's chicken, and she's jumped in the lobster tank, and
Yep.
people is like, I ain't buying that shit. I want the lobster.
Yeah.
Get that chicken out the tank. We don't want that. Get that chicken out the tank. We want lobster. And she ain't lobster. She's chicken.
Yeah.
So she wants to come back to you because you treat like a lobster.
Right. She's like, I'm still worthy of shit, right? And this is why we tell you guys not to fucking give validation to your exes, but they're only coming to you for validation to have a boyfriend for 10 minutes to be like, no, it's okay, girl. Just jump back. I mean, you're giving them validation because you want to get back together with them. Here's what they're doing to you. That validation that you're giving them is giving them the confidence to jump back in that lobster tank. You know what? Wesley still wants me. Let me jump back in that lobster tank again. Let me try again. Wesley's giving me the confidence that I can eventually be one of the lobsters at the pick. Bitch, you're a chicken. You're a chicken. If you went into a fine seafood restaurant, Anthony, and there was a lobster tank of great lobster, if you saw a chicken swimming around there, you'd be like, what the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker, what?
Who let that chicken in the lobster tank?
God damn it. God damn it. Who put a catfish in the lobster tank? Don't nobody want to farm-raised catfish in the fucking lobster tank? Can somebody tell me who put a crappie in the fucking lobster tank? Yeah, but it's scary out there in the lobster tank, ain't it?
I bet.
People will fucking come over, I want that lobster right there. And you're the little crappie swimming around.
Don't nobody want me? Don't nobody want me?
Hold on, crappie tastes good. You're the farm-raised catfish like swimming around. Ignore these whiskers. I'm going to grow some pinchers next week. I guess ignore the pinchers is not a good analogy because, I'm sorry, whiskers, because lobsters have whiskers. I digress, guys.
Antennas.
They have the antennas. Yeah, so the catfish is in there trying to mimic a lobster. I'm growing some pinchers next week. Well, I mean, with our roundabout analogy, what I'm trying to say is, guys, it's scary out there for them being single, and when you give them validation, you're only giving them courage to go back out there.
Yep. Because they feel they can always come back to you because you're going to always be available. So when you give them the time of day to come and give them conversation, that's via text, answering the phone calls, your ex is an ex for a reason. Let it play out. See what happens. Continue on with your life. And then see if, because sometimes maybe in the very rare moments, your ex was probably better than any new chicks you came across, right? But I'm not the guy that's willing to give them that much credit. Not me. But I do see guys struggle with it a lot. And I wanted Wesley to kind of help you guys get over the anxiety that you guys have with exes, because Wesley is telling you he struggled with getting over his exes as well for multiple different reasons. It may not be the same as yours, but for multiple different reasons. I want to ask you another question, Wesley.
All right.
Is it easier to let her break up with you, or should you let her? I mean, is it easier to let her break up with you, or should you just break up with her when you see it starting to go downhill?
Well, this one's not even close. I mean, being broke up with, being completely out of control, it fucks with you psychologically, and being broken up with makes you do stupid shit. It's when you are at least, when you break up with a girl, you basically told the girl, bitch, pull this car over. And then you get out of the back seat and you open the driver's side door and throw her out of the car and drive away. You know, when you
I've
get
done
broke.
that to my friend before, and she didn't believe it was happening. Because when you said that, this in Houston. I came back from the Navy. I was visiting her. We was in the car. She was disrespecting me. I forgot what she was saying, but she was talking a lot of shit. And I said, hey, stop doing that because I don't like it. If you do it again, I'm pulling over and putting you out. She didn't believe me. I pulled into some apartment complex entrance, and I pulled over. I said, get the fuck out. She wouldn't, get out. She said, no. I unlocked her.
Hold on, that surprises me. Every girl I know in the year 2020 would jump out of the car all loud and proud. Fine.
This wasn't 2020.
Bitches were smarter back in these days.
Right.
They knew, oh, shit. This
But I was
motherfucker might
serious.
leave me.
I was serious, and maybe she thought I wasn't. Maybe she was calling my bluff. Because I didn't physically put my hands on her, right? I just unlocked the seatbelt and I said, "Yeah, get the fuck out. You want to talk shit? Get the fuck out." It was drizzling, not raining hard, but drizzling kind of heavy. So she gets out, and I pull off. She calls me on my cell phone. She's like, "I can't believe you left me. Are you coming back to get me?" And I said, "For what? You disrespecting me. I actually get the fuck out of my car." So I was serious about it. I said, unless, you got an apology, and I can guarantee, and you're not going to do this shit again. So it's the last time she disrespected me, right? And the thing is, man, guys, women don't respect you until you demand or command it. And there's certain things that I don't allow in relationships with myself. There's certain principles that I live by, and they transcend any relationship. I'll end a relationship if they break my principles, if they don't conform to the way I live and want my life to be. So no relationship is going to trump my own desires for my own life. And I see guys giving past relationships more credence than their own principles. And that lets me know that you're just a weaker man, that you allow this kryptonite woman to come into your life and make you weak. You're not weak when you're going out with these newbies because you got new information. You know how to strategize your life. You know how to set up your relationships and into what you want them to be. But somebody that has history with you, for some reason, gets the best of you.
It's so weird, Anthony, because the people that you had a past relationship with, it's almost impossible to not. This is what I was explaining with like the dog thing earlier, right? Mm-hmm. There's all these weird rules that were grandfathered in before you knew the red pill.
Yeah,
that you feel obligated to live by. You can't really explain, because nobody can explain. I'm going to go ahead and pay the vet bills for my fucking ex, right? Nobody can explain that. But you're kind of under this duress of like, yeah, I love her, and I kind of hope we get back together. And all this new red pill shit, she's not hip to that. So, I can't really do that new shit I learned with her. Right? Okay. It's like you're adhering to some of these old rules. But guys, you're a new man now. You can't go back to that, right? I mean, I thought the way you guys were selling this to me was like, oh no, now I know this new stuff. Now I can fix the old relationship. Guys, but when she says no to you, or when she's unhappy, do you still know all this red pill shit? Right? When you have to have a difficult conversation with her and be like, no, not paying any vet bills.
When you're under duress.
Yeah.
Because she's upset. Like I said, she's upset. She's crying. And
you hurt feelings.
Right. For guys that don't understand, Donovan Sharp said something that I'm going to carry with me forever. I don't believe women who cry unless they're crying by themselves.
It's so true. I've heard him say that too, dude. It's so true. It's so fucking true. Unless they're crying, but if you walk up on a bitch and she's crying,
yeah.
But even then,
but that she could have known you would come in.
She could have known you were coming.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, I see bitches cry over dumb shit by themselves too. It doesn't mean you're wrong.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
And we talked about this last week. Just because a bitch is mad doesn't mean you're wrong. And bitches don't have to be happy all the fucking time. They don't.
Nope. It's not your job to make them happy. They're not supposed to be in some infinite happiness land, like some Wonderland or Disney fairy tale either. So you're taking on burdens that you shouldn't take on for someone that should be looking to make themselves happy. You will never make someone happy that is not happy already. We said this last week. So this false premise that you guys have of going backwards to an ex. Corey Wayne has taught you guys, and we're talking about the 3%, how to be a 3% man. But it's teaching you guys how to be a better you. And the cheese on the trap is your ex. But he really don't want you to be with your ex.
Right.
He want you
Right.
to be a better man. Becoming a better man makes you a higher value man. And your ex be someone you will, in my own experience, despise. Where you're like, how did she even get me? I don't even know how I allow her to even exist in my realm, because I'm so much better now. I can even say I wasn't enough for her in that relationship. But who I am today, she's still the same person, and she doesn't deserve who I am today. Like, I can make that assessment. I don't need to go back to her to know what that is.
Anthony, one of the things I want to ask you about, because I've heard this, where guys are secretly kind of wanting to get back together. They're secretly kind of hoping,
and they act like she don't know.
By the way, right? I mean, I didn't even think of that angle, but this is why I'm asking you. I wanted your take on this, where you hear guys talking about their ex. They've come to terms with, we're not together anymore. They are starting a rotation. And you'll hear this one. No, man. Hey, you know what? I don't even care anymore. It's cool, dude. I just want to fuck her.
Nah.
I just want to. No, Anthony, believe me. I just want to fuck her one more time.
Nah.
No, I just
you know what?
I just want to hate fuck her one last time.
So,
dude, this is, guys, don't laugh. This is common. This is super common. Where men lie to themselves. And
right. I've been there. I'll say this, with my most recent ex, I did that. I was like, you know what? One more time. And in the middle of it, I was like, I don't want her no more. That was my conclusion. I was like, she broke up with me, but I didn't want her no more. I was like, man, because I wanted to come in, Wesley. I said, I'm going to dig in it so deep that I want her to, miss me when I'm gone, right? But in the middle of it, I realized, I was like, I don't even want her no more. Like, I thought I did. And then I was like, I don't. So, I don't know if guys are trying to come to that conclusion or if they're trying to see. But what if it's good to you, right? What if she put some new moves on you? And what you thought you was going into being controlled, and now that kryptonite, you stayed in the kryptonite too long. Now you're going right back to it. Because now you finish, you laying in bed, and you both looking in each other's eyes, and she was like, baby, won't you go make me something to eat? I just gave you just this lovely sex. Go make me something to eat in the kitchen. And you're like, okay, baby. Because that happens when you're in kryptonite too long.
Yeah.
And
by the way, that was, for our listeners, that was a true story that you told me. Remember that story?
Right.
Make me something to eat. You were like, well, see, she caught you off guard. She just gave you some good vagina, and you love to cook.
Right.
So you're like,
watch
natural. This shit.
It's not.
Watch this shit. Watch this fucking amazing shit I make for you. You're gonna have your mind blown. But you're like that with guys,
right?
You're like,
that.
watch this amazing food I can cook for you. So she kind of caught you in the perfect storm. What happened after that? What happened after she said, "Go make me some food," and you did?
I became very weak in her eyes.
And what happened?
Broke up.
Yep. And he doesn't mean break up in the true sense of the word, because you weren't in a relationship with this person. No. But she left your rotation soon after that, didn't she?
Yep.
Yep.
So, even if it's not relationship based, it's what Wesley like to call, there's shit at stake.
There is shit at stake.
When you leave being who you are, I don't know what's wrong with the mic, but it keeps doing it. when you keep,
I'm not hearing it.
it's like an echo.
Oh, okay.
When you keep going back to being beta once you've showed strength, when you go back to being beta, it's telling her that she can control you still. Because if she can make you switch up from fucking her real good to go do something for me because I said so, that doesn't match, right? So there's no, and when we talk about, if you know what we know about women, she needs a chase. And if she don't have to chase you, there's no fun in it. You let a cat, you see toys for cats. People can leave toys for cats around. Cat won't fuck with it. As soon as you pick up that damn toy.
That's a good analogy. Yeah, as soon as you pick up the toy and make it start moving around,
they go crazy. They're going crazy. So that's what I want for you guys to understand. There is some psychology to this. This is not just you and your feelings, and you think that you think that there's still some feelings there. Well, it's actually just your loyalty, your instinct to be loyal to somebody you cared about.
Well, I also think the guys are very much in denial of, motherfucker, you don't want to just fuck her one more time. You want to, you've created this narrative in your head where you're like, I'm just going to fuck her one time, man. One more time. I'm going to hate fuck her. And in your mind, you've got this fantasy of like, man, I just went to go fuck her one more time. And we just fucking fell in love again, man. It's fucking crazy. We just fucking fell in love again, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. It's like, dude, I see what you're doing. I fucking see what you're doing. Anthony, before we leave the segment, because I want your opinion on this. Another reason you kind of get caught in women's web when you're dealing with your exes, using your analogy, they're kryptonite to you, is because your ex, and what's the goal, Anthony? Woman fuckery? What's the goal?
Wait,
shame.
Oh, okay. Well, I was trying to see where you was going with that.
Woman fuckery, and guys, that is, you're not going to read that in any book. That's my shit. The goal of woman fuckery is one thing: shame. These bitches can't beat you in an arm wrestling match. They can't fucking beat you in a fist fight. But they can beat you when it comes to shaming your fucking ass and making you feel like shit about yourself. And nobody can do this like your ex. Your ex can make you feel like shit about fucking drinking coffee in the morning. Like, I mean, because your ex knows everything about you and they're going to use it against you. Case in point, if someone came up to you and was like, Wesley, you're ghetto. I could be like, bitch, you don't fucking know me. Shut the fuck up. I'm ghetto. Fuck you. Fuck out of here. You dumb bitch. But if your ex comes up to you and says some shit like, you know what? Ghetto as fuck. What the fuck are you talking about? That's why your ass moved to Fifth Ward. Because in your heart, you're ghetto. And you really live in Fifth Ward. You know? And you're like, is that why I moved to Fifth Ward? Because I'm fucking ghetto. Is that what? Is that? That's where the ghetto boys are from. That's why you live in Fifth Ward. You ghetto as fuck. Because they know shit about you.
Right.
So they can make you fucking feel like, oh, fuck
they change the narrative.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Dude, that's another reason why they've got you dancing to a different drum than anybody else in your rotation.
Yep.
Because you are bombarded with shame, guys. You're bombarded with shame. This is something your ex can do to you. And guys, this is what the goal of woman fuckery is. It is to shame you, make you doubt yourself. And the only way you can fix yourself and become a better man is if you use them. Right? They're the only ones. They're the only ones on the planet that see how shitty you are. So you need her to make yourself better. Everyone else doesn't think you're shitty. You got them fooled. But she knows the real you. No, I'm telling you, Anthony, this is what these fucking hoes do. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say hoes. This is what these bitches do. They make you think like I know the real you. I know what's really going on behind closed doors. You fucking motherfucker. And they'll mix truths. And you know what? They might believe this shit. But the problem is, guys, you guys should not believe shit.
No.
The gentleman that had the dog deal, I want to update everybody here what happened with that. He says I twisted his arm to make him not pay for the vet bills of his ex. And things were kind of going well between them. And I wonder what could have happened. If I'd have just stayed the course and fucking did her bidding and gave her money. Maybe she'd have taken me back. And this is what I told him. And I want to give credit where credit is due. My favorite weightlifter, C.T. Fletcher. And this gentleman wants to be strong, right? How do I become stronger?
CT Fletcher motherfucker be like, he go to his fucking arms like, grow,
motherfucker, grow. I command you to grow. Like, I mean, C.T. Fletcher, guys, look up his YouTube videos if you don't know anything about him. And I'm glad you said the word beast, because I quoted C.T. Fletcher, because this gentleman wants to be strong. How do I get stronger? It's not a major fucking thing. And when you're doing strong shit, the person you're being strong for may not fucking like what you're doing. Your little infant, your little 4-year-old, your little 7-year-old, they're not going to like mommy and daddy when they don't get ice cream for 3 meals a fucking day. But you have to be unpopular, and you have to tell them no. And I told him, I was like, you want to know what it is to be strong? This is what it means to be strong. When you fucking refuse to pay for your ex's vet bills, even when it makes them unhappy, and even when it's and I hate when this gentleman uses this term, even when it's the nail in the coffin of the relationship. And C.T. Fletcher, Anthony, says this quote, because this gentleman wants to be mentally stronger and wants to be more red pill. And C.T. Fletcher says, famously, everybody wants to be a beast. Everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do beast shit.
Yeah.
Okay? Not paying for this fucking dog's vet bills is going to make you unpopular. And the reason I keep bringing up this example, Anthony, is not because there's any merit in this whatsoever. I keep bringing this up because it's the most ridiculous shit I've ever fucking heard. I can't believe the audacity of a bitch to keep a dog that was supposedly bought for this gentleman, and then when he leaves, she keeps it, and then she has the audacity to reach out and be like, you agreed to pay for this neutering. The audacity. This is the dumb shit I'm talking about, guys.
So this is the same woman that said, you're no longer worth anything for me to continue anything with you.
Can't live here anymore.
So
got to go live somewhere else.
But I'll still take your money from you.
Yeah. Your money spends just as good as if I was dating Dwayne Johnson and he gave me money.
Bitch, you better ask Trump for another stimulus check, bitch.
Anthony, this wasn't like a small amount of money. This was like $500 in vet bills.
What?
Yeah, this was. I mean,
that's so easy for me to answer right now, man.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Man, it's beyond.
But ridiculous. I want to be stronger, motherfucker. Being stronger isn't fucking going and taking the kids to get milkshakes. That's fucking easy. Being strong is the kid does something really fucked up, and you look them in the eye and say, "You're going to bed without dinner. You're not going to be popular." And we talked about this on the show before. Crystal Ball, check out The Hill on YouTube, on the show she has Rising. And she famously says, if you have principles when it's super easy to have principles, yeah, let's give women the right to vote. Yeah, and everyone's cheering you on for your principles. But then when your principles become unpopular, you abandon those principles, then you never had principles.
Right.
Never, my friend.
If you can't stand on something that you stand for, and someone asks you to, annihilate what you stand for, why stand for anything if that's possible?
Yeah, your standing for something is whatever's popular at the time with her, right? Whatever's popular with her at the time, as long as she's happy. And you're going to fool yourself into thinking that you're not some sort of relationship slave, but you are. You're going to convince yourself, no, when you love people, you just have to sacrifice. Sacrifice yourself? Sacrifice your strength? No, fellas. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to be like Liam Neeson on this one. I know that Corey Wayne put the cheese in the trap, like you're going to get your ex back. But like Liam Neeson said, the next part is very important. They're going to take you. I think we can close out this segment by saying the next part is very important. Your ex sucks. Your ex isn't that fucking cool. You developed feelings for a bitch that did not deserve it. But you don't understand, man. I fucked up. I did all this shit. Convince yourself that it's your fault so that you can convince yourself you're still in control of your destiny. You're not. Damn. That got dark, didn't it?
Look, I wanted you to send them off in the right direction, Wesley. I don't want them to get confused about their own lies to themselves. You know, get past the bullshit that you think that is salvageable, and get to the point where you're moving forward. And if you guys find each other later on in life, man, I'm not saying that it's but how many bitches you put between you and the ex to be honestly healthy to come
dates?
back? Yeah,
because we're not going to count relationships.
No.
Dates. I'd say a good solid number is 25.
That's why we're on the same vibe.
Well, my wife freaks out because like if she hears my take on something and then you're rewatching something or she asks you the exact same question, it's like, Jesus Christ, you guys are best friends. Motherfucker, y'all also have the exact same. And I'm like, dude, it's not planned. This is just the life we live.
I like 25 because if I meet 25 bitches and I've changed from the last time I was with my ex and I'm better and I feel more confident, moving forward in my life, and I'm with my ex again, and then I'm feeling and I'm vibing her still, and I'm like, damn, I remember this is why we was together, and I'm gonna give this bitch another chance. 25 bitches to me between that is enough to be like, I've met enough to know the difference between my past feelings for her and my new situation with her. I kind of talked to you about being in frequency and being out of frequency when a person, like, you're leaving Houston and 97.9 The Box is no longer available. It turned into country music or some other station, and it's like, I'm out of tune with her.
All of a sudden you're going 1 minute 97.9 The Biz. We're going to change to the red fresh remix tonight, and it's like chilling on a dirt road, laid back, swerving like I'm George Jones. Like, what the fuck happened to 97.9 The Box? Jesus Christ! You're like, oh shit, I'm in Beaumont now. Fuck!
Damn it! Well, yeah,
but can't get 97.9 The Box when you're that far out though.
No,
there's no way to do it.
Gotta find something else.
Yeah. I really like that question of like, how many chicks do you need to have between you after your ex? And I said 25 because I know out of that 25,
somebody gonna be better.
Well, I probably slept with 12 at least.
Right? You being very generous to the guys.
Yeah. But I slept with 12 at least out of 25.
I'll give them 6. 5 to 6.
Really? Because women are a lot more promiscuous now. I mean, but hold on. And we're coming to this segment
I'm talking
soon.
about guys who are fucking still in love with their ex.
No, you're right. You're right. My bad. So 6 is a good number, but 25, and these guys also, I still hear motherfuckers saying this shit like, I like this girl, so I'm not going to try to sleep with her. Like, God damn it. What fucking books are you reading that say that shit? God damn it. Fuck. That drives me fucking crazy. It's always a guy's job to try to have sex. When sex happens, it's a man's fault. Okay? If you're not trying to have sex... Jesus Christ, we were talking about women from other countries earlier today.
Oh, yeah.
On the phone.
Yeah.
Dude, if you don't try to have sex with them, they look at you like, what the motherfucker, gay? Or
Right. Right.
I didn't think a gay man would ask me out. What the fuck? No, maybe he just wants to be friends. Like,
man, I was in the Navy, and when I was overseas, women expect men to be men, and men should, and in this, they expect men to want sex, right? And the thing is over there is the mindset of women. It's very, very rare here in the United States. And their mindset is that when they see a guy they like, they go get him. There's no bullshit about them. They're not playing this fucking damsel in distress role. They're like, they like you, you're mine, they want you, take me. That's their mindset. And if you decide to take them, they will guard you with their fucking lives because they're not letting anybody else get near you. And they will protect the guy that they went to go get, because they're hunters out there. There are straight up hunters out there. And when I came back to the United States after being in the military, and I'm like dealing with westernized women that don't want to have nothing to do with you until you approach them. It's like, what's going on? I'm like, what's wrong with these? They don't want to talk to me. They're not interested. You know, what's going on? So, man, I had to kind of like catch up with reality of being back in the United States after I left overseas, man, because it was like, wow. And you know what? I always ended up with women, the aggressive women here. Normally, the aggressive women here have something a little off about them. Like they're aggressive for a reason. You know what I mean? So the culture over there is a little different than the culture here. So them doing the same thing here is different from the women that's doing it there, if that makes sense. Not throwing too much depth out there. We say for a whole nother segment, you know.
Yeah, very interesting because, guys, you're not being a nice guy by not pursuing sex. I can't stress this enough. This is part of your journey. You have to understand, because your ex, in this segment, we're talking about this. Your ex has bombarded you with so much shame that, I mean, they've really got you thinking like, oh my God, like, holy shit, I'm such a bad person. They've got you thinking like, be honest with yourself, guys. If Kate Upton would come over and fuck you, you're totally cool with it. And there's no reason to be ashamed of that. Come on now. Come on, guys. Nope, I love my ex, man. I fucking love her, man. I fucking love her.
I don't like that's different for me,
man.
because I never had a mindset where I love my ex. Like a woman that don't want to be in my life anymore is not somebody I say I love. You know what I mean? It's weird for me to and just because she comes back around sniffing doesn't mean she loves me. You know what I mean? Like she don't have.
But she does love validation still.
Oh, definitely.
She still loves validation.
That's for sure.
Hey, Anthony, I want to get into this, and I'm going to go live in our Facebook group as we get into this.
All right.
Because we've got this next segment I'm excited about. Because COVID-19 has moved to the front lines. COVID-19, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go live because I think this is a tame enough topic.
Okay.
That we can go live and talk a little bit about dating apps. Why don't you cover that while I'm setting up our live? Why don't you cover dating apps prior to COVID-19 and dating apps after COVID-19?
Well, the movement of the dating apps, as far as like how the activity is high. let's say if you're watching this on live, the activity was like right here before COVID. After COVID, I would say 3 weeks into COVID, activity was here. Like beyond crazy. High activity. And the reason I think for that is, one, people were bored. People were more at home. There was not a lot going on that they could do. So what they would say, what's the name of that song? Bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Like,
bored in the house and I'm in the house bored.
So there's a lot of people in the house bored. And what else to do if you're single? Hell, you ain't gotta be single these days to be on dating apps. But if you was like, hey, I want some company, or not that, I just need conversation or validation, dating apps is the way to go for them. And they were out there, and they were putting themselves out there. Wesley asked me a question about dating apps. He kind of wanted me to rank these dating apps. And when I got the question, I laughed inside because, honestly, for me, dating apps are what you make out of them. No dating app really transcends another in a sense where one's better than the other, because they all have their faults. And so I'm going to go through some of those. I'm going to go through the faults of these apps. I'm going to go through some of the benefits of these apps. And Wesley asked me a specific question.
Well, hold on a second, because we just had a Facebook group join us.
Okay.
What did the dating apps look like after COVID-19? Like,
you wasn't listening?
Well, I was listening, but I kind of wanted a little bit more detail. Like, what was the thirst factor? Did women become more thirsty? Did they become less thirsty?
Well, I was saying the activity was high. I don't see women's thirst portrayed until after we've had conversations. It's difficult for a woman to show thirst on an app without kind of putting themselves out there, and women don't like to put themselves out there. So when they think they're putting themselves out there by being on the app anyway. Right?
Wow.
So,
boy, are they brave. Really?
So when,
wow.
Well, you think about it, man. And you've been on these apps before. Like, these women inbox are flooded with simps of the year.
Yep.
And,
white knights.
Yeah, guys that are telling them everything they want to hear, or they want to hear. And if you hold them type accountable, then you're a jerk, right? So
yeah.
You got these women out here that are just looking for validation, and anytime you hold them to any type of account, they'll dismiss you, unmatch you, whatever it is that they do. They're just listening. They want all. They're like Trump. They want all positive energy. They want all positive news. Nothing negative.
And if you give them something that's negative, you're fake news.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't believe you. I don't just like Kate Upton. I don't believe you.
Well, there are a couple of things that
okay, so it was like that before COVID-19.
Yes.
Did it start to slow down a little bit after COVID-19?
Well, women had to well, I'll be honest, man. I only COVID-19, I've only was on one. Because in COVID-19, I really wasn't looking for newbies. You know what I'm saying? So somebody might have more information out there than I do as far as the before and after COVID. Because I rely more on my rotation and roster than I did going after anybody new. You know what I mean? I stayed with my inner circle, so to speak.
I want the real skinny on this. What is rank for me your top 5 dating apps right now, month of May 2020. What are top 5 dating apps in order? Start with number 5 and go up to number 1. Anthony, you're out on these streets and you are dating right now. What do you consider to be number 5 of all the dating apps?
Oh, this is my opinion, right? So if I'm gonna give you my opinion, there is no top 5. I think dating apps are what you make it, and one that fits you.
That's your answer to this?
I got more.
Okay,
I just want to give you.
Like,
I want to give you a general answer, and then I'll go more into specifics. My general answer is the top 5 for me may not be the same top 5 for you, because I'm looking for my graphics and what I'm looking for as a person may be totally different than what you're looking for. And how are you dating? Are you looking for someone to be in a relationship with? Or are you looking for someone just to smash, you know what I'm saying, in and out? You know what I'm saying?
These sound like very safe answers.
I got more. I got more to you. I'm just giving you a general summary of
Anthony,
why.
I want to unmask you here. I'm
not going to unmask my fucking general summary of what.
I know, but I'm just saying what our listeners want to know is like your go-tos. You are a coxman, right? You are a coxman. You have got a strong rotation.
So
give them the skinny. You're trying. I feel like you are a run for president right now, man. You're like, well, it depends on what you want. All dating apps are kind of the same. No. What is going on your phone? You see what I'm saying? I'm bringing the real shit out to our listeners tonight.
You don't want to listen because you're jumping
because you are
ahead.
giving me political answers.
It's not political. It's not political. If you look at my answer, I'll show you my answer right now. Does it look politicized? This is a lot of information.
When I see paragraphs, I feel like it's politicized. I feel like you have a whole presidential acceptance speech.
All right, so this is again. There is no top ones. I think the ones that are top are the ones that work for you the best. So I'll go through what happens and why I do what I do and why I say which ones rank higher than others. So even if you do have ones of your favorite and your least favorite, I still say you rotate between apps. You don't stick with the same ones, and you don't be on ones at the same time. You don't go from app to app to app day. Don't do that. Don't make swiping part of your day as something that you're you wake up, you brush your teeth, and you swipe, right? Don't fucking be swiping throughout the day. You only have time to get your thing ready. You only have much time to get up and get ready for it. You give yourself such time to swipe. Do not do this shit throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? Don't grab your phone on the toilet to get shit and swiping. Do it. The reason I say this is because you're going to what? What are you knowing me about?
I feel like you have your favorite apps.
I do. I'm gonna get to them. I'm gonna get to them. I'm gonna get to them. The reason I gotta preface you with this information is because the techniques I'm gonna give you.
It's going to a lot of foundation.
It's going to it's layered, okay? Because let's say I tell you all my favorite apps, and you go and download all of them,
right?
You're gonna try to deal with each of those apps in the same way. And you got to put those on them. You got to put a write-up on them. You got to put your own critique on what type of woman you're looking for on them, right? You're going to be going through all that. Eventually, you're going to tire of that shit, and you're not going to actually pay attention to what you're doing. You just kind of want to get through it real quick so you can get to swiping. The reason I'm telling you that don't go through all of them at once, you're going to rotate through them. Because what you're going to do is you're going to find yourself kind of rotating through the same women at something. But you also do this with the apps. You're not going to you're going to be very specific, and you're going to actually rotate ages inside of these apps.
Whoa, hold on a second. This seems like a pro tip.
Yes.
You're going to rotate ages.
So
hold on. So now we're getting to real shit. Now I'm liking what we're doing.
That's why I'm telling you, slow down, let me build this.
Listen, I have to interview you for this segment, and our listeners want the hard-hitting questions. They want to hear real shit.
They want
to know what's really happening out on these streets.
You can't skip seduction, bro. You gotta let me build up. You know what I'm saying? So, once we to once we get to the app that we want to deal with, not only we rotate the apps, we rotate ages. So whatever your age is right now, you want to go slightly below and up to your age, right? Then you want to go and let's just start with a medium age. Let's go with 32 years old, okay? 32 years old, you want to look at women between 27 and 32, right? Then you're gonna go below 27 and go with 22 to 26. That's when you want to kind of rotate between those two age ranges. And if you got time, then you're gonna fuck with the 32 to 35s, right? To see what's out there, okay? Now, why is this important? Why rotate ages? Well, when we're dealing with this, say you put the age. Well, Anthony, why don't I just look at 22 to 35 to not get all of them at the same time? These are different women. These are mentally different women when it comes to how you respond to them. How do you ask for dates and phone numbers? How fast do you ask for dates and phone numbers? When you're talking about someone in your age range or above your age range, these are women with what we call traditional values. So, like, Wesley was trying to get me to get to the nitty gritty right off the bat, right? And I was like, nah, I can't do it.
They want to know what's happening on these streets.
I wanna build up. You know, I gotta build this up a little bit, give you some foundation, and that's what happens when you're dealing with women your age and above. You're talking about having to build a foundation first. We're talking about conversation that has nothing to do with dating. We're talking about conversation that has nothing to do with getting a phone number. You know what I'm saying? So we're building first, just so motherfuckers understand that, hey, I ain't crazy. I ain't a Looney Tune out here that just downloaded the app and I'm trying to find the first woman that's coming out that want to come to my house.
Well, you talked about it earlier, like building your profile.
Yes.
What do guys need to have in their profile when it comes to dating apps?
Oh man,
is this
now? You don't need to go through the rotation of what's the best ones yet. Okay.
Setting up your dating app profile can be a blessing in disguise, and make sure to be specific when you tell them what to put in their dating profile. Please.
This is gonna be a whole course. We might have I might have to charge money for, but your dating profile should be photos of you enjoying yourself, you know, around other people, so they know that you're not a guy that doesn't have friends. It is a subconscious thing for women to see you by yourself and only by yourself. She's probably going to ask you, hey, do you have any friends?
Can I ask a specific question on this? Do all of your photos in your dating profile need to look like someone else took them and you were unaware that the photo was being taken?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm seeing out there. Like, I'm not talking about dating profiles. Again, this is your segment here where I'm just trying to find out the facts for everybody. But it seems like what I see on social media is, if we're people that are watching the live stream on YouTube will see me, like, this is the picture that they get. Like, I'm not even looking at the camera. Like, some reporter that was following my life took a photo.
to me,
took a photo of me. I'm just over here living my life, being the cool motherfucker I am, and then they're just like, yeah, what? Oh, people taking pictures of me. Oh, shit. Yeah, it just, I mean, that's what it seems like all social media pictures look like. What do your pictures look like on these dating apps?
Mostly selfies.
What?
Yeah,
Where you're looking at the camera?
yeah.
Shit. All right.
Let's go live and look at my profile right now.
Whoa. Hold on a second. Let's do that. Are you bringing it up on your phone?
Yeah.
That way we can push to the live stream. Yeah, what do your photos look like? Do you mind reading your dating profile for us?
No, not a problem.
I'm just looking. We only have an hour left in this podcast. I have like 35 other questions about dating. And you are giving me the like Mark Twain like explanation. Okay, we're looking here. Here, that's good. That's a good Anthony. People that can see that a little bit. We'll show this on the live stream. Anthony, looking like a handsome dude. Is there another photo?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Anthony, the classic. Got the earbud in. Oh man, I can't show it to our YouTube listeners. People see it on the YouTube stream. Look at Anthony with the sport coat on.
What?
I'm gonna see if I can help our YouTube listeners see this shit. There we go.
The reason I show different wardrobes is because I want you to see me.
Oh, here's the sports shot. Here's the. You're looking off into the distance. Like someone else took this.
Yeah, I have. Well, that's my good side. So I got to show. I gotta show them bitches my good side. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! Then here's the photo looking like you were going to church.
I wasn't. I was going on an interview actually with that.
Going on an interview. I wonder. Oh, look at this dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got another one on the bottom. Keep going down the bottom.
Oh, you have another one of you surrounded by women.
Yeah.
This is a true story. Surrounded by women. I'm sorry for those listening out. This is kind of bad radio. Do you mind if I read your dating profile as you walk me through? Oh, I'm sorry, man. What do I do here?
I'll press it. Go ahead.
We're going to read Anthony's dating profile. And Anthony, jump in when you want to tell us why you did something. This is what I'm really interested in. And I'm on YouTube. They're like, we can't see anything. Man, go zoom in on that shit. Here we go. Live, guys. This is Anthony's dating profile. All right. I look like a chef.
I look like one?
Oh, I'm sorry. I cook like a chef. Parentheses, foodie. I joke like a comic. Have fun like a clown. And need love like LL Cool J. I love this, by the way. Even though I'm none of these. Even though I'm none of these, singularly. Looking for a smart, funny, and loving woman to share my time. Is that you? You can't be anything to anyone without being something to yourself first. Okay, like this immediately. But explain to us the psychology behind this, Anthony. So I saw foodie.
Yeah.
Foodie is in every fucking bitch's dating profile out there.
Yes.
I mean, fucking insane. I mean, dude, I'm not kidding, guys. And Anthony, correct me if I'm wrong on this.
Bitches
it wasn't. Yeah, bitches love travel. Correct me if I'm wrong on this.
Okay.
When I was doing the dating apps thing, every bitch's dating profile looked exactly the fucking same.
Oh yeah.
Every motherfucking one of them.
Cookie cut.
Yeah, it's like, hop, and this is gonna make you laugh. Just want to let you know up front, I love tacos. Oh, I love tacos. Oh, God. I cracked myself up with this taco talk.
That ain't hard, bitch. We live in San Antonio. Every bitch loves tacos.
Well, it's just like, I talked to someone that lives on Long Island, and it's like, love tacos. Wow. They love travel.
Yeah.
God damn it, they love some travel. These fucking bitches out here, they're single. Passionate about travel.
Yeah.
They all look the fucking same. It's like women get together and they're like, what does our profile want to look like? Wait, this bitch said something cooler to me. Let me add that on mine too.
Right.
And then what it ends up being is they all look the fucking same.
Yeah.
Bitches, why just don't fucking tell me yours looks different, because it doesn't. You're not special. Don't send me your emails and your DMs on this. Your profiles all look the same. Has that changed, Anthony?
No.
Has COVID-19 made bitches change their
No.
fucking dating profiles?
No.
I mean, what is it?
First of all, understand that women are not used to hunt for food. So
Yeah.
their survival has never come into question. They always had to lean on someone else to provide for them. This is why being a provider is something they always say they desire or want, right?
Can I add a sidebar to this?
What's up?
It sounds rational. If I wanted to deer hunt, it kind of sounds rational. Like, ask a deer, how do I hunt you? It sounds like, yeah, that makes sense. If I talk to a deer, I'll know how to hunt deer better, right?
No. Deer don't hunt
deer have never hunt fucking anything. All they do is walk around and look for cool grass to eat. Like, they don't, I mean, it sounds like something that would be true. That if I spoke to deer, I could learn to be a better deer. Motherfucker, they don't know what fucking guns are. They don't know what bows and arrows are. They just walk around and eat grass day and fight each other with their fucking horns and antlers and shit that they have poking out of their head. Deer would be the last motherfuckers to talk to learn how to be a better deer hunter. And it's the same thing with men and women. Asking women, hey, what's a good profile pic on? What's for my dating profile?
No.
They would tell you the bullshit that would not get you laid in a fucking thousand years, man.
Right.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to point out that if you're hunting something and you want to get better at it, the last person to ask is the fucking thing you're hunting.
Well, if you notice, you asked me about the psyche, about why I put what I said. Things that I'm passionate about, man. And I also said
what you're saying is be genuine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely, because the thing is, women are looking for your profile to personify in your personality in your conversation. So, you know how women always complain about inconsistencies in guys. If you're just baiting this fish or this bitch, you baiting for her and she bites and she's like, oh, I wanna enjoy this, luscious guy that he baited me with, and then all of a sudden you're like, nah, that ain't what's going on over here. That got you.
For instance, if they're like, really, you love cooking? I hate cooking. Now the fucking beta simp is gonna be like, you know what, bitch? I really hate cooking too. I just put that shit in my profile. I mean, come on. I mean, cooking sucks, right?
No, women that like men who cook is because most of the time bitches can't cook.
Well, also someone that cooks passionately, like passionately loves to cook, that talks to someone that thinks, I can't even boil water. You need to, if you're passionate about cooking, you need to be able to step in the face and go, well, you're fucking stupid. Who doesn't like to cook? You worthless fucking bitch. Why would you never want to cook? Are you fucking broken as a woman? I'm a man and I like to cook. You don't even cook? But that's the kind of shit that you're saying when you say be genuine, right?
Yeah.
You can't just abandon cooking. It's the first fucking sentence in your...
Right.
You can't just abandon it, right? I mean...
Nope.
Wow. I just remembered we're on Facebook Public. And we've been saying...
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. I'm going to be Facebook jail for 3 years.
Calm down, man. Calm your language down.
Quit beating on the desk.
I talk about being funny because I like to be funny. I have a sarcastic personality as well. So, typically, when I do speak, if you are offended by comedy, you're probably going to be offended by me because I like to have fun. I like to enjoy life. So, if you're coming in real serious and everything is super serious because you're on a date now, trying to find a serious relationship, move on, move forward. I don't really want to have to deal with you.
I've got to challenge you right now.
Go ahead.
Okay. So some of this is starting to sound like, and I'm just trying to be a good reporter for our audience over here. Some of this is starting to sound like when people are like, hey, socially I'm liberal, but fiscally I'm I'm really conservative. Because no one ever says, fiscally, I'm liberal as fuck. Spend all the tax dollars on inventing the new iPhone. Just spend it. No problem. It's just kind of like, everyone's like this. If you're going to go line per line, Anthony, and tell me that all of this is just shit you really feel, okay. But I think what our listeners want to hear is, what is your strategy on all this? I believe you, by the way. I don't think you're bullshitting.
The reason the strategy and the genuinity line is because I'm gonna still be who I portray to be.
Oh, I see.
I'm not going to.
You're telling us why you don't put fucker in there,
right? I'm not gonna.
You show up. You gotta be this guy.
I know, just like to travel, but I'm not gonna be like. I'm not gonna put myself in an airplane. I'm not gonna have a photo of myself in a plane. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're not trying to placate.
No,
that's what you're trying to say.
No.
You're not trying to placate to, like, when you said I'm a foodie. You're like, I know bitches say this, but I actually am a foodie.
Right, that's who I am.
Yeah, okay. Now I get what you're saying.
I want guys to be like, I'm a sports junkie, because if you are, this is the thing. This is why I want guys to be comfortable being. I don't want you to think I'm putting out magical shit. Okay, I'm not out here being like, ha ha, gotcha, bitch. You thought that's what you was getting. You thought you was getting you a rich guy, huh? You thought you was getting you a sugar daddy, huh? Nah.
Ha ha. Caught you, bitch.
Yeah. You was looking. You was like, oh, that looks shiny. I like that. I'll go ahead and try it. And then you get on the line. You be like, oh shit, this ain't nothing what I thought it was. I'm not false advertising, guys. I'm being who I am genuinely. I'm not switching it up when they actually talk to me. Because when I talk about something, it's probably going to go in line with what my profile was like. So they're getting what they clicked on. Have you ever clicked on something and you was like, this is fucking clickbait? It ain't have nothing to do.
And you're immediately like, God damn it, I'm fucking disappointed.
Yes.
Shit.
Why would you do that for something you're trying to progress forward with?
Right.
If this is a one-time only thing, you know you can get away with that, Ed? You can go to the club and portray and act like you're rich. You got on this nice jewelry, this nice clothes. You're going out. You look like you $1 million. You could have rented a Ferrari for the night or the weekend, and you can go out and buy bottles, and you can't pay your rent by the first. You can do this in real life, but online, you're playing more of a long game because people are able to kind of read you like a book. I call online like a meat market. They get to go on, look and see what they desire and what they want, and imagine what they can do with the person. And they get to vet you at the same time because they get to fucking interview you with questions and talk to your ass. And so,
and this is why we've talked about on this podcast before. This should be a lower percentage of throwing your net out there.
Yeah.
I mean, this shouldn't be, and unfortunately,
not your number one.
Unfortunately, what we're seeing out here is, God damn it, dude, this is like 90% of how the fuck they meet women. And guys, you're not fucking fooling anybody. It's because we know the rejection on these dating apps, it's almost zero. You don't get to see the fucking people that reject you. So you get to sit in here with the fucking training wheels on and not know what it's like to fucking be rejected when bitches swipe left. You don't get a notification every time a bitch swipes left on you.
This bitch said no.
This is way different than cold approaches. So we know why the fuck you're doing it, because you're fucking being pussy. But you guys have wanted us to cover this for a long time, so we're doing it because of COVID-19. I mean, what did we say the percentage was of bitches you should be meeting and dating apps? What were we saying before? Like 30%?
Oh,
it should be 30% of the bitches you're meeting.
I thought it was less than that.
I'm okay with 30. I'm okay with 30.
1 out of 5, so 3 out of 10. So you're saying more than 2 out of 10. You're saying 3 out of 10.
And if you're in the live stream and we have not reduced our fractions like we should have, please correct. 3/10. That's a legit number. 3 out of 10. But during COVID-19, not as many options. Now, we had someone come up in the chat earlier and say that there's a lot of prostitutes because you really can't date. There's a lot of prostitutes in the dating apps. You're out there. I'm not. Are there prostitutes out here in these dating apps?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I didn't even think of this question.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mateo. I appreciate that. I didn't even think of that.
Well,
like, this is their only outreach.
Yeah.
Back page is gone. Right?
Well, there are new
Craigslist
Backpage.
and Backpage is gone.
Well, not really.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I thought they were taken off the internet.
Yeah. I mean, you think hoes can't figure out how to do shit?
That's the problem, man. Hoes are smart. Some of these hoes, if they would have just
I'm not
if
going
they
to
would have
out
just
you
put
because
this
I ain't a
same
snitch.
energy into their education, some of them could be fucking bankers and CEOs.
Yeah, I'm not going to snitch you out, ladies. So I'm not going to talk about what the new. I'll just call it the new Backpage, but I ain't going to say what it is. But
You don't want to release this?
nah,
The new Backpage.
I got respect for the hoes that's out here working.
You know
what
what?
I mean?
We don't want to. Hey, listen, when hoes are out here working,
You know what I'm saying? So you got some bitches that just want money for
you're
free.
going to tell me off camera what this website is, right?
I'll help you out.
No, I don't need.
why-
I don't need this. I'm just asking. Like, I'm fucking because Backpage being taken off. That was a huge fucking internet thing. They had to go into pass some legislation
Yeah.
to get Backpage taken down.
Well, the reason why is because there was too much child pornography and what they call it, human trafficking.
Well, I was about to
shit
say
going
it was the
on,
human
so-
trafficking element
Yeah,
that was what made them take it down,
yeah,
and they had to pass like legislation. Because it's taken down nationally.
yes.
That was a big fucking deal. But you're telling me there's a new Backpage up?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Man, hoes know how to get they shit out there. So
And remember that, guys. Hoes know how to get their shit out there. Don't fucking forget that. Come on, fellas. All right, let's get back into this. So we've gone through your profile. So you've kind of given us like, I'm sorry, dude. We gotta push through because I have so many questions.
go
on this.
ahead. You the one sidetracking.
We got to push through because dating profile overall, so that we're putting a cherry on it. Dating profile has just got to be, this is who you are.
This is who
now,
I am.
Now hold on, I did notice there's some cleverness there.
Yeah.
It looks fun. It makes you look fun.
Right.
Which we know from dating, that's a major aspect of dating.
I always get
Shit's got to be fun.
I always get comments like, I liked your intro, or I liked your profile, or I liked, it's something that made them laugh, and it's something different. It stood out. Well, because I'm guessing that all these other guys' profile look exactly the fucking same too.
Really?
I
feel like guys are so lost in this shit. Like, girls know exactly how they want to appear.
Do you think
to be
guys
online.
wrote as much as I wrote on mine? As far as, like, just simple little things or caveats about my personality?
Well, I don't know. I've never seen a guy's dating profile ever, except for yours. I've never seen another one.
I did this. I put a lot of time and effort into studying dating profiles back in 2013, 2014. And
You're talking about when Tinder first came out,
yes,
right?
Yeah. I put a lot of work into it because at the time I kind of was just online dating. I was kind of not really wanting to get out there and deal with women. I kind of wanted to deal with them from afar. And in doing so, I learned techniques and strategies on, one, how to build a profile, two, how to build and escalate online as far as getting to the next level offline.
Right.
So
I have
being
questions
online,
about that too.
Being
Yeah.
online is trying to get offline as soon as possible, right?
100%. Yes.
So-
I remember this much. Yes.
Okay, so
First step is to get the phone number. Then
yeah.
And you have a lot of fucking time wasters on these fucking apps.
Absolutely.
Bitches want pen pals and
Yes.
validation.
Yes.
They want pen pals and fucking validation.
This is key from moving from online to offline. Once you build rapport, right? There's time in between. Now, I'm going to go through, before we get to that part, I'm going to go through my favorites and tell you why, okay?
Now, what do you mean by favorites?
You asked me for my top.
Yes, this is what I want.
Okay.
I want the fellas to know your top 5 dating apps. Your top 5 dating apps and why. That's what I want to know.
So I'll start from the low and then build up to the number 1, okay?
All right. Number 5.
You saying 5. I have 6.
Okay, no. Hey, that's even better. You're above and beyond my question.
Tinder.
Tinder's number 6,
Yes.
really?
Yeah.
Back in the day, I loved Tinder.
Time has played Tinder. And you're talking about my personal 6. I'm talking about my personal, and I prefaced it earlier that whatever works for you is your top.
Yeah, but I'm also saying that I haven't been in a dating game a while, so I'm assuming a lot of these dating apps have changed over time. So I don't. Did you used to like Tinder? But
all right. In the time when I was using Tinder, it was still a meet out where I want the best looking meat, and that what Tinder was like. It was an in and out. Are you fucking really? That's how Tinder really kind of picked up. People kind of use Tinder as that. Are you hot or not? You know what I mean?
Right.
So
that's all it is. Yeah.
So
would you do this person?
Right.
Yes. So let's meet and find out if we're gonna do it.
So we're talking about online dating. If we're talking about the words, exactly what we're saying, online dating is not really online fucking. So you can actually get into apps like that. But we're talking about dating, right? So Tinder for me is on the lower scale because people aren't actually trying to find someone to date. My next one would be...
does that mean there's a lot more time wasters?
100.
So that's why you don't like Tinder. Okay.
I would not try to date anyone off Tinder. I would just try to fuck.
Got you.
The only reason I would be on Tinder.
Got you. Number 5.
Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of Fish. Wow. This is a dating app I was never on. Though I signed up for it, I just never went to it. I think at the time when I was doing online dating, their app was bad.
It was bad. It still is.
I mean their phone app, because typically dating apps,
that's
you do it on
better.
your phone.
Yeah, that's gotten better. I was only on there exclusively on my computer. I remember that.
But I remember Plenty of Fish came out during the time where people... I think Plenty of Fish came out before Tinder, right?
Man,
I think it did.
I
think Plenty of Fish started as something that you used on your computer. Now, what do you like and what do you hate about Plenty of Fish?
Plenty of Fish definitely have plenty of options. There's a lot of people on there.
Still? Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't realize it was so popular.
It's Hoe Central. It's a lot of hoes on there.
I have always heard this about Plenty of Fish.
These bitches are money hungry.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
They money hungry and they want you to wine and dine them just because. And they're looking for a traditional man. They are being modern women. That shit just don't fucking match.
Well, like, hey, while I'm out here hoeing,
I'd
like you to be a gentleman, please.
Yeah, that's the hoes out there. And I don't typically do well with those guys. And there's actually like real hoes out there, like selling their body. Like
really?
Typically they'll give like some revealing clothing. They'll kind of get your attention, and they ain't got shit on their profile.
Yeah, and what a lot of people don't realize, and we talk about intergender dynamics on this show a lot, and it sounds like, what do we say on this podcast a lot? Sounds good.
Sounds good.
It sounds like men are very promiscuous, so women, #same, they should be able to be promiscuous too, right? I mean, it's only fair, and it sounds good. What women don't realize is it's very unattractive to men when women are very promiscuous. Ladies, I'm sorry. You can't be the girl that let the football team run train on them back in high school, okay? And then I'm the guy that ends up marrying you.
No.
I look like I'm the laughing stock of my city. Why is it like that? Because men and women are different. By the way, is it not fair that I don't have boobs and a vagina? Is it not fair that women don't have penises? No, we're different animals. What was the example you used, Anthony? How come the lions have to be in a different enclosure in the zoo than the buffaloes? That's not fair.
No, I was like...
No, the giraffes.
Why does the giraffe get to eat leaves in a tree by themselves?
What's the problem? It doesn't seem
whole
fair.
Tree. They get a whole tree to themselves. They get to eat all the leaves.
It doesn't seem fair. No, because that lion would jump out of the fucking enclosure and kill everyone. The gentle giraffe is just fucking cool, just with like a rope that keeps it in. You can't do that with lions. That's just fucking crazy. Women don't realize when they're overly promiscuous, men detest it. It makes us unattracted to you. Now, why is that?
Will we fuck you?
Yeah, will we fuck you? Yes, but will we fuck you twice?
No,
probably not.
No.
Now, why is this? People theorize that the reason that humans are this way is because a man could not trust that his offspring belonged to him. This is something that made us very unattracted to these types of women. So, and guys, don't blame me. If you're religious, blame your God. Or if you're a scientist, blame the species. But I will tell you this, whether it's fair or not, it's very unattractive for men to see promiscuous women. Dude, we don't want to be the laughing stock of all men around us because we booed up with the chick that slept with every dude on the Duke basketball team at one time. It's just crazy, okay? So what you're telling me on Plenty of Fish is there's a lot of that, is what I'm hearing.
It's a lot of hoes.
A lot of hoes. Okay, so I think we all know what we mean by hoes, okay? But what do you like?
It's low IQ women that, or there's a lot of emotionally unstable women.
Got it.
So and it's a lot of baby mamas.
And the term that we use on this podcast for emotionally unstable women is they're feral. Yeah, they can go feral at dinner and just throw a dinner plate at your face. But what do you like about Plenty of Fish?
Well, like I said, there's a lot of options available as far as if you're just out here trying to find what you can, that's an option for you.
You're saying that the talent pool is very large.
Yeah.
Now, is it kind of known on Plenty of Fish that it's like hoes? Oh, it is. Oh, yeah. Because back when I was dating, people thought Tinder was just like a hookup thing.
Yeah.
That's not what it was.
Well, I think, and you'll see this in profiles as well while you look at them. They'll say, I'm not here for a hookup. I'm not here for one night stands. I'm not here for friends with benefits. Shit like that, right? But typically, when women say shit like that, is because that's what they've been doing. So I don't really care about what those things say. I really pay attention to how she's interacting with me. Never believe what a woman says. Only believe what she does.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right, dude, we're running out of time. We only have 35 minutes left.
Sidebar.
No, I'm sorry. It's my fault. It's not yours. But I want to hear what your number four favorite dating app is.
New to the scene, Facebook dating.
I wondered where Facebook was going to rank on this list. I'm excited to hear about this because I literally know nothing about the Facebook dating app. I know nothing about this.
So let's talk about Facebook dating. Facebook dating is an app where you get to still be on Facebook, and then you got this little heart that you get to go to, and all your Facebook dating stuff happens. Now, Facebook dating has the same...
I'm sorry, dude. And again, I know we're running out of time. But, dude, how does it work? Is it separate?
It's separate from your Facebook.
Okay, so is it kind of like how you go to DMs in Facebook? Or,
so this is
I don't know anything about this.
This is unique about Facebook dating. Because you have friends on Facebook, if you have a crush on somebody in your friends list, you can say that you have a crush on them, and if they say they have a crush on you, they'll match you guys.
They won't know that you have a crush.
No.
Unless
Only-
they crush back.
Only if they crush back.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. God damn. This seems like an endless amount of... This also looks like marriage fairs, too. Like...
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Because older people, like myself, they were using Facebook back in the day to like...
For college.
Where's that one hot bitch from high school? With the big old titties. What was her... Chris Hughes. Yeah, let me look... There she is. Let me just friend her. We're just old friends. And then they start their, the beta male starts his friend approach. Like a shark with
Remember
no teeth.
me? Remember me?
Hey, look, I've made a pretty good career, and I'm not morbidly obese. Check me out. Right? Like,
Yeah.
that used to be the thing. So this Facebook app, this must be right up that age group's alleys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But
What's been your experience with it, though? I mean, what?
Man, okay, mixed. This is why it's on my four on the list. Even though they can put a lot of information as far as who they are, it's not really geared towards being because even though you may see somebody you like and the topics may be okay as far as the conversation, the notification isn't like a notification you would get on your other dating apps, and it's slow as far as the response, so you can't go back and forth really quickly.
Okay.
So it's delayed.
That's surprising, because there's got to be a lot of money backing Facebook, right? I mean, that's really fucking surprising. And by the way, why did it take Facebook like 20 fucking years to come up with this?
Because
people were using
our own.
Facebook for this for the longest time.
Yeah, we were doing it on our own anyway. So making an app for it doesn't put you in the realm of going for strangers. I guess you can do Facebook app if you're like people. It's like, look, I don't have to accept random fucking friend requests anymore to see if this guy's trying to date me or this girl's trying to date me. We can go on Facebook app and do that, right?
Well, we talked about this a second ago. We were like, we know the pussy shit you're doing, guys. You want to be able to hit on a bitch, and the only way she knows that you're hitting on her is if she also wants to hit on you. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you don't know that you're rejected. Outside, out of mind, la, 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 Yeah, so that's what... hold on, what do you like about it, though? Just because you're always on Facebook anyway? Or?
Well, it's so vast, man. They open up the entire... I mean, you can go international if you want.
I didn't think of that, because everybody might not be on Plenty of Fish.
Right.
But every motherfucking body's on Facebook.
Yeah.
And if you were drunk one night, you're a chick and you're married, and your husband just pissed you off, you're like, I'm already on Facebook. Let me check out the dating ask to Facebook. And then you're on it. And if you're a woman, you just get all this fucking validation. All day long from all the Facebook world. You're already getting it anyway when someone likes your photos and hearts your photos. We all know, I mean, we've all been in a relationship, Anthony, where there was a guy, and, for your girlfriend, your wife, there was this constant one guy that was always liking their shit. Now they finally have a dating outlet.
Yep.
For this fuckery. All right. Don't keep the audience waiting. What's number 3? You're number 3 on Anthony's top 6 dating apps.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. My top 3 are interchangeable, depending on, because there's some likes I like, there's some dislikes I like, but I still rank them. My number 3 is OkCupid.
When I was dating, my all-time favorite dating app. I'm glad to hear that OkCupid has kept up with the times. I am, because OkCupid was my personal favorite. I know what I liked about it, but I don't know how much it's changed in the last few years. Why do you like OkCupid? Now, it's very important to me to point out, though, you're like, my top 3 it's have a tie for number one. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, because there's some give and take in all of them.
Gotcha.
Okay. The reason I'll give I could have given OkCupid a slight edge to be number one, but with OkCupid they have the same kind of aspect of a lot of dating apps. You can get lost in a bitch inbox. So
yeah, because in OkCupid, you can just reach out directly to them. You
right.
don't have to match.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So even though that's a big negative, it's one of the big.
It's also
negatives.
a big positive, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You can get direct contact. So, also, what I love about OkCupid is they have the best filtering searches out there.
This is my favorite thing. So I was wanting to only date Asian girls, and I could just filter it down to if they identified themselves as Asian girls. Yeah. This is the best feature. I don't know why all these don't have this shit.
Yeah.
I get because when you filter it, you don't spend as much time on the app, right? Which is what they're concerned with, right?
Yeah. Also, OkCupid, typically the women respond. They got a high response rate on OkCupid.
You know what? I never thought of that. You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right about that.
I also say this on OkCupid because of the way this app is. You can run into some of the same women if you don't age rotate. You gotta age rotate. You gotta remember I said those tiers. Put women in different age groups. You gotta age rotate on OkCupid, or you'll end up recycling some of the same women.
Guys, don't forget Anthony's hack. You got to age rotate on these apps. You have to. Anthony, hit that for a second. When you're age rotating, what are you typically changing your ages to?
22 to 26.
Okay.
Only 21-year-olds I found for me personally. I ain't fucking with them. But
well, you can't talk to them about shit.
No.
It's like talking to a fucking bag of hammers, right?
Yeah, they just turned 21. They the new hoe out there. They get to drink and get fucked. And it's like I don't have the patience for it. It's just me. So 22 is the youngest I'll fuck with.
Gotcha. So your age range is like 4-6 years?
4 to 6 years apart.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my age.
And the reason for doing this primarily is because you can start to see a different crop of women. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And you kind of get and these women with this age group kind of have the same vibe. So you're sticking with that same vibe while you're sticking with that age. When you go to a different age, you kind of don't.
Oh, I see.
You can be more aggressive with younger women.
Yeah, your dates are going to kind of look the same in the same age group.
Yes.
I see what you're saying.
You can be a lot more aggressive as fast for numbers, asking for a date right away. These bitches ain't got shit to do. So these older women, they got careers, they got kids and shit. So you got different, you got to play them a little bit longer than you do with these younger women. Okay?
That's pro tip, guys. These bitches don't have to do. I remember using the age filter because I knew I only wanted to date women who could still have children. Believe it or not, everybody, I know it sounds incredibly young, but if you're a woman, you have a baby at the age of 35, that is literally considered a geriatric pregnancy. Once you go above the age of 35, it becomes way more dangerous for women. And trust me when I tell you guys, women know this shit. Okay?
They do.
So if you want to have kids, that's what I was using the age filtering for. I don't want to date anyone over geriatric pregnancy age. No. But you're using it in a way more strategic way. This is the kind of fucking life hacks on dating apps I was trying to get at. Right? So OkCupid, I'm sorry, I'm giving OkCupid a resounding endorsement. I met my wife on OkCupid. I fucking love that goddamn dating app. It's great. I'm glad that it's in your tied for number one. I'm glad to hear that OkCupid is still in their shit out there.
Yeah, they in my rotation. I rotate these apps. Remember, we rotate apps.
I am terrified that one of my least favorite apps is going to be these next two. It starts with a B. I'll let you go.
Number 2 on the list, Hinge.
That's the first time I heard about this.
Okay.
Hinge. Tell me all about this. I'm excited.
Hinge. Hinge.
Hinge. Okay.
Okay. Hinge has very high quality women, especially for conversation. And numbers and dates happen at a fairly high rate.
Why do you think this is? Why does Hinge have have the edge on Plenty of Fish and Tinder? And
because a lot of people are on Tinder and Plenty of Fish. People that have researched, you don't know about Hinge if you researched that and you said, or somebody's recommended it to you. So people have a more open mind on these apps other than these other apps that got bad reputations. People just out here to fuck. And guess what, guys? Ladies, people are out here to fuck.
Yeah, more power to you.
So, but the thing is, it has less of a reputation about that. Also, on Hinge, what I don't like, which is why it's not number one, is that you limit your swipes.
Oh, really?
You're limited to so many swipes right.
Per day or like ever? Okay.
Per day.
So they're like, look, motherfucker, you can't just be on the shit all day.
You can't swipe a million women trying to get a match all day.
Got you. I don't know. That's kind of just right because
they want you to come back.
That's a good point.
Remember
on Tinder, you would like swipe all the bitches in your area, and you'd be like,
"Damn,
well, fuck, I have to wait for more bitches to move here." Like, oh shit! Until more bitches move to the city, I'm stuck. You know.
What I also want to give you a quick hack on these apps is rotate mileage. Start from 5 miles from your location to 10 to 15 to 20. What we're doing, guys, is we're layering women. Okay, layering. You can also, like, let's say 1 week you say, you know what, I'm in a young woman mood this week. You know what I'm saying? I want to go out. I want to have fun, but I want to do it in my vicinity. That's 1 week, 2 weeks, whatever you want to do. You say, you know what? I still want to talk to these young women. I'm gonna go a little outward. I'm gonna go out a little 10-mile range. I'll go 15-mile range. You know what I'm saying? You're still dealing with the same, demographic of women. You're just going further out, and then you go out 25, 30 miles, depending on your city. And if that makes sense to you, maybe you need to go 10, 20, 30 miles. But in a city like Houston, 5 miles is plenty. 10 miles is plenty. If you just only want to stay within 10 miles, and you can just say, okay, 10 miles, but I'll play with the 20, and then next week I'll go with the 25 to 30s, and then next week the 30s to 34. You can layer your searches, and that way that app can be more advantageous to you because your search is more specific and direct, and you won't get as bored.
Now, our third highest graphic of our podcast is in Norway.
I can't.
In Norway, you're gonna have to stretch that mileage out.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
So start with 50 miles
and possibly get a dog sled team as well. I'm saying, in Norway, it's not gonna be like Houston. Okay.
But these women typically have good jobs, right? They may have.
So you're saying this for some reason? Hinge has marketed themselves to like these high career women.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit! I've never even heard of this app.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This
You're
is like
married, so
giving me knowledge. Why didn't I mean? I'm glad OkCupid made the list. In Hinge, you're saying it's. So let me ask you this: when it comes to dating, is there a lower flake rate on dates?
That's
really?
That was my thing. I was like.
You're like
numbers dates having at a fairly high rate.
Really?
Yeah.
Is the age range older? I'm wondering.
Yes.
Yeah. See,
but there's still young women in that. They're still younger women.
Really?
Yeah.
And do they tend to be the same profile? Kind of like career women.
Yeah.
College educated.
Yep. I was dating a 26-year-old off of that.
What was her career profile?
Well, she was from Detroit. She worked in the food industry.
Like, but doing what? Cook? Or?
Oh, she's a general manager of a restaurant.
See, that's important. General manager is very high. Yeah. It means you run an entire restaurant.
Right.
Yeah. So, and women don't typically promote it.
She wasn't a dishwasher.
Well, I'm just women don't typically get working at Outback Steakhouse like I did.
In 26 and the general manager is big.
It's insane. That's why I'm asking you the question, because women at Outback Steakhouse that would get promoted, they would get promoted to like corporate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a bullshit job. They get paid a lot.
You're good,
but they weren't running a whole fucking restaurant. Like that's a different caliber woman that can run a whole restaurant. That's her host. She's the captain, all by herself, right?
Yeah.
With other managers under her. That's to your point with this Hinge app. That's a higher caliber, woman. Was that number 2?
Number 2.
Oh my God, what's number 1? I hope it's not this one app.
The number 1 app for yours personally, truly, and I have my reasons why.
God, I can't believe that's number 1. I mean,
Bumble.
again, you said 1 through 3 is tied.
Yep.
But
They
I
have
can't
their-
believe, dude, I fucking hate that. So many times, because women are the only ones that can reach out first. So many fucking matches I had. Crickets, the bitch never reached out. And I heard from so many women, so many single women have told me, like, I've never had to be the one to say something first.
Yeah.
So I would match with someone, I'd be interested, but I didn't know what to fucking say.
So-
and I'm like, of course you don't, bitch,
You
because
don't
this
hunt
is
for
like
food.
asking the deer how to hunt it.
Right.
The motherfucking animal that just walks around aimlessly and fucking eats grass. You're asking it how to become a master hunter? Jeez, Christ.
Let me get
Here
my
I go,
readers.
pounding on the disc again.
He
Jesus,
ain't-
I'm sorry, Anthony.
He ain't out here, so
I'm
don't
sorry,
worry
Anthony.
about.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
worry about him. He ain't out here dating, guys.
Anthony, if there's anything about you that is 100% true, is I trust your takes on shit. So you're giving us a number one
Reason why.
for very good reasons, and I trust you, and our audience should trust you too. What's your number one reason why?
Wesley said that he matched up with everyone, but you're not lost in the inbox. She matched with you, so she saw that you liked her. If she don't reach out, because Bumble tells you have 24 hours, right?
Right, I remember that. I forgot that, but I remember it now.
You got 24 hours. Now, typically women inbox that are inundated with fucking matches or whatever, won't be able to respond to you in 24 hours. They're still going on dates and shit. Ain't got time to respond to you in 24 hours. So my thing is,
I know we're going with
if
this.
a woman does respond to you within this time frame, we're talking about high interest women.
High interest, exactly.
High interest. What's better than that on a fucking date where you can get lost in inboxes and this just reach out to you?
I'm sorry, Anthony. When you're right on this. You're right. If you're lost in the sauce on every other dating app, this is the one where, like, if this chick reached out, that's usually high interest. And you're right. Every girl I've ever met on Bumble ever and dated, it was high interest out of the gate. Now, these are easy dates because bitch is super interested. Because if you were just lost in the sauce for 24 hours, you would have never even gotten a message from her. Yeah.
How many-
When you're right, man.
How many times you left a message in the inbox? You thought you was somewhat clever. You thought you was saying the same shit that she's probably getting in that inbox every day, right? And you're like, what the fuck, this bitch ain't even respond? So, when
Well,
you get...
now,
when you
what
got-
do you mean? Do you mean like the guy is sending a message like, "Bitch, you got me saying ribbit over here"? She's like, "What? Your pictures got me feeling froggy." Is that a good?
So
would
Wesley...
that be good to say?
Wesley's waiting for her to respond to... What the fuck is ribbit? And he's like, yeah, no, clever bitch. I know you about to respond, bitch, because I know you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And then she was like, what? And he's like, that you got me feeling froggy over here, girl.
You're telling me that's clever? Really?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It can be for the right
I'm just gonna go straight Denzel on that.
For the right-
All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
for the right one.
Okay.
It can be for the right one. There's
You're
a
like,
lot of,
for a bitch that's studying amphibians for a living,
Right.
that's right up her alley.
for a corny bitch that loves dad jokes. Yeah. Yeah.
For a bitch that loves that joke. Man, I just, damn,
Listen,
dude.
I
I knew we should have dedicated the whole show to this. God damn it. This is like, I'm getting so much juicy information. I know that if I'm getting juicy information, I know that our listeners are. That's why I'm just like, I love this segment right now. I'm just, oh shit.
I'm gonna finish my my census on higher quality women in the set. They are more feminine in nature, but you have to vet them like any other one. They've recently limited your swipes, so I may have to reconsider their position. But Hinge has the same issues.
I see.
So again here. What Hinge doesn't have that Bumble has is the high interest indicator. So ask for a number and ask for it. And also on Bumble, you can FaceTime and call without giving up your actual number.
Wait, stop the press. On Bumble, you said it's on Hinge too?
No, only on Bumble.
Okay, time out. That
It's a game
is a
changer.
technology motherfucking game changer.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That was not available to me back in the day.
No.
That is a game fucking changer. You can call.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, they're just kind of doing like what Facebook Messenger does, where you can. Damn it, that's fucking brilliant. Fuck. Bumble, I said bad shit about you, but you were the real genius all along.
That's why I sit comfortable at number one. I will take those top three, like I said, based on some of their strengths and some of their weaknesses, but depend on, like anybody, man, we kind of feel like it. Sometimes we don't feel like it. Certain things that we deal with, some of the wishes of some of the apps, but excuse me. But Bumble has been one that I've stayed with the most.
I understand now. I mean, technology, that's groundbreaking. That was a thing, because back in the day, when I was on dating apps, this used to be the thing. You had to, your next step was to get enough rapport to get the number.
Yeah.
Because without the number, get the fuck out of here. You're not going on a date.
No pals.
No. You're not going on a date. You're not going to set up a date.
Never set
Bumble.
A date on, I'm sorry. Never set a date and you don't have her number. Do not set it.
I'm sorry. I forgot that some people listening to this podcast might be in fucking kindergarten.
Yeah.
Anthony, could you repeat that one more time for the people at home? Jesus Christ.
Do not set a date and you have not gotten a number.
Holy shit. I mean, I hate that we even have to say that sometimes.
Got to, man.
But although we're taking this podcast up a level recently, guys, we'll throw you some fucking bass bums.
Just because I don't know who's listening, but don't think you have a date. Don't think you've set a date and you don't have a number.
I'm going to repeat what I just said. If you do not have a woman's phone number, you do not have a date. Send me your arguments. Email them over. I will ignore all of them. I'm sorry, guys. In the year 2020, you have to at least have a phone number. What if the bitch doesn't know how to park?
Right.
What if... Oh, I'm sorry. Kindergarten class part 2. When you set up an online date for the first time...
You're not
picking her up. You meet somewhere. Argue all you want. I've done this. I have experience. I don't care what dating book you read. I don't fucking care. Women that meet up online are still scared.
Yep.
I don't care if you're fucking 18 or if you're 118. Bitches meet you online. They want to meet in a public place first. By the way, then you can go from there. But
and also, guys, be aware that people set up men too to rob them. She's probably looking at your profile to see if you got money and set you up to come to her, and you never met her before. You haven't vetted her enough, and you go and you get robbed. And don't put yourself in a bad situation.
Yeah, don't be so crazy chasing the vagina that you don't keep yourself safe too.
100.
God damn it, man! We took 2 minutes of this great segment on some kindergarten shit, but it's because we care about our audience. Anthony, please, come on, bro. This segment's almost over. Right. I know you have a fucking novel over there of notes.
All right, so
we should have done the whole podcast on this. I feel terrible. I feel terrible that we did not.
So this is actually had a question about the top 3 things not to do on a date now.
Oh yes, thank you.
So do not try to. I'm getting feedback.
A little bit. Do you remember where you were?
Yeah.
All right. And we're back.
Guys, do not allow dating recommendations online. Okay. Really, your whole life. This is a life hack, but when online dating, don't allow them to recommend dates.
Really?
No.
Do not allow them to recommend dates.
No.
Now, hold on a second. Is this now a feature on dating apps?
No. I'm talking while you're setting a date.
Yeah.
And they'll say, hey, let's meet at this place.
Bitch. No. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought we were trying to get out of kindergarten class.
No, I've had to fight women that are saying they feel comfortable more meeting at a certain spot, right? And it's not necessarily.
Oh, your public place is better than my public place?
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. Bitch, I don't fucking know you. I'm not going to meet at your fucking cool place with your expensive fucking mixed drinks.
Exactly.
God damn it.
Always control where you're going for the date, guys.
Because and let me tell you, I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry. Most women that you date are not going to be as cool and entertaining as your guy friends. They're going to be terrible conversationalists. You're going to be stuck with them. At least be stuck with them on a date in a place that you think is fun. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, at least I can get the drink that I want or the food that I want at this place.
Yep.
At least, no matter how bad this date goes, at a place that I think is fun. I can't stress enough, guys. Again, guys, I said this last week on the show. When a guy is happy, his natural inclination is to make everybody else around him happy.
Yep. My number 2 thing on do not list. Do not talk past 1 week. If you have not gotten a number, have not been able to set a date,
so
do not talk to her past 1 week.
Thank you, Anthony.
Okay? Before time runs out, I'll give the last one. We can talk about more details about any one of these things later on. Don't get too personal. You can build rapport without getting too personal. Do not give out all your information about where you live and when you were 7, how life was for you and shit. Don't get too personal on these online. Talk to women about anything beyond building rapport, having fun, sharing laughs. Talk about shit that are happy things. So when you do set the date, she remembers you making